Fifers arriving. Welcome to the Fifers. I'm Rocky, hold my beer dude, Gilly, Lil Tate, and Thumper. And today we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. And someone needs to begin.
And to answer your question, Lil Tate, we can't go live on the Fifers page yet.
I thought you said we could.
Nope, I thought we could, but it won't let us. Not yet.
Gotcha.
I guess we got to have, since we already got the 3-month, we already beat that. But if we don't beat, I guess, the 100 followers, then we can't go live on it yet. So
that means everybody that's watching on Gilly's page, get out there and subscribe to the Fifers. Get us to 100 so we can live stream on that one.
Right?
Now, Rocky brought up something earlier before we was in our little pre-meeting about the Hilo female pilot that fucked up in fucking DC. That just goes to the point that some women should not be flying. If they can't take orders, because she was told to fucking change course by numerous people. If they don't want to listen, they should not be in that fucking position.
Well,
Period.
the problem was the co-pilot was the instructor.
Yeah.
And he was instructing her, hey, you got like 15 seconds to move or whatever. Get out of the way. And she didn't fucking listen.
And even the tower told them change course, too.
And they were flying at the wrong altitude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I bet he was telling that, change your position in the sky or whatever they call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get higher, get lower. I don't know. You would have to go higher.
I mean, if you pitched to the left 15 seconds before that, she'd have been fine, dude.
Yep.
A little bit fucking, port.
She could go no higher because she was already above the back ceiling for that area.
Yeah, 500 feet.
Hell, 15 seconds before, if she would have just hovered.
Yeah, she'd been
the
fine.
plane would have gone right in front of them, and they would have been fine.
Put your brakes on.
Right?
But that dumb bitch, she's strong and empowered. She was at Joe Biden's, the press conference bullshit. I ain't listening to no man. Straight up, she looked like she flew right into it on purpose. I mean, there couldn't have been a better collision if you watch it. The video that actually has it, the plane coming in and her coming in. It was like perfect.
It looks like she planned to do it anyways, right?
Yeah, there's talk. I don't know how true it is, so don't quote me. But there was talk over there that there was an issue when they took off, that her flight time on top of that they almost like commandeered it like she did. So I don't know if the whole group was in on it or what. And that dude had like last minute thoughts like, turn this bitch left. She's like, nah, I'm taking this motherfucker down. I mean, watching it over and over, I've watched it probably about 20 times.
And the media has been real silent ever since the fucking report came out, too.
Yeah, fuck all them do with like not releasing her name and then scrubbing her social media.
Yeah. They scrubbed that social media because they didn't want something to be found.
That shit happened real fast.
Yeah, they locked that shit down immediately. It's almost like they knew it was coming.
Then you had all these fucking lefty fucking people, especially the women, crying over DEI bullshit. This is why they're getting rid of the DEI, because she was a DEI fucking transplant.
Yeah, I even saw in the video that the FAA was picking people that were like smarter challenged. They're like dummies.
Yeah, mentally handicapped.
Yeah, I don't know the correct term now. I don't know. They're just
retards.
I would say that's what I would really say. That's fucking
you can say
hard.
it now.
But
retards.
It's something else. Like they can't learn above a certain level, and I don't know if it's retarded or what. But they were hiring people because of DEI.
Yeah,
like
and they was taking
and these
and they was
people,
like, yeah.
The crazy part is why would anyone accept that? Like you have someone that's challenged in making decisions that are life and death, and you're going to be like air traffic control. They're controlling the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. Being an air traffic controller, you know what I mean? It's like, why would you put someone there that's not qualified to do the job?
Well,
and that's the problem. The problem is the people they're having do things are not qualified to do it.
Well, the people who was actually scoring higher on test, right? They was not getting the fucking jobs.
Mhm.
It was people with lower test scores get those fucking jobs. You know, to get the training.
It boggles the mind, dude. It boggles the freaking mind.
Yeah.
Well, and there was all that. They wanted to blame Trump. They wanted to blame him for the DEI and firing, FAA officials and blah, blah, blah. And that didn't last very long because they blew holes in that fucking narrative. And,
Well, it's just like all these airlines, like that last one, was it Southwest or something? Engine caught fire. That comes down. That's not fucking nothing to do with FFA. That comes down to the fucking people doing the maintenance.
man, did
for
you
that
see?
airline.
Went like that too.
Did you
Yeah,
see
that's-
that shit the
In
other day?
Canada or
Sorry.
something like that.
Yeah.
On,
That comes down to maintenance.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
proving
they
they're
just
proving
gotta
100-mile-an-hour tape on the bitch.
They just don't like Trump. That's the thing. When Trump went from Democrat to fuck Republican, they just want him gone.
And
That's
ran against the establishment.
That's the whole problem right there. But now we're gonna see how many of these fucking especially the fucking females out there, these liberal bitches, go wide about the fucking arm or the whole military. Now they're gonna have to fucking get the same fucking test scores that men do on their fucking PT test now.
Yep.
I just want to add this about Southwest Airlines. Passenger
I saw
poops
that.
on a seat
Yes.
after he strips naked.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed
Are
being
you
on that
kidding?
plane.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Read about let's
So, so a Southwest Airlines flight was met law enforcement upon landing in Chicago. So I bet this person was going to Chicago, obviously. Hold on, let me read down through it. It just goes through like what Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
Just says, dude, passenger stripped naked, defecated in her seat. So it was a female, yet again, female shitting in the fucking seat.
she what's her name?
And they're not going to release it. So if they don't release names, we already know what's going on. It's either an illegal alien or black or POC, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Because if it had been white, they would have been smearing that motherfucker all over like shit in the seat.
Yeah. Well, maybe the bathrooms are fucking occupied. Fuck.
What, the Mile High Club, dude? Going through Colorado and shit?
I don't know if you can get away with doing that anymore.
I don't think you can. I think with all the people that are on OnlyFans trying to do that shit, they've pretty much locked it down.
And everybody now having fucking cell phones that's gonna be recording that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what the downfall is of this fucking culture. Is the fucking everyone's got a phone now that can start recording.
That's what made our career so great in the early times because all you had was an old like disposable camera and shit. You couldn't really record video.
Remember all those Liberty trips and they were like, don't be taking pictures of anybody out in town?
Yeah. It's a respect thing, man.
No blackmail pictures, man. No blackmail pictures.
Yeah. And it was kind of selfish. I was telling, like thinking to it. It's like those are memories for me. I don't need pictures to share with anybody. If I wanted to share pictures, it was from museums and that shit. But trip stuff. But anything else after dark, man, nah, you ain't seeing shit.
I got one picture of one person. He knows about it, and he was doing some shit. But it's hilarious, and I wouldn't bring it up now because he is married and stuff. But
This person on the flight?
It happened in Thailand.
Fuck Murillo. Yeah.
He knows you have the picture.
I still have it. Yeah.
No, he knows this person, whoever.
Yeah.
Huh?
He knows you have the picture of him.
Yeah. We talked about it. I talked to him about it and was telling him, oh yeah, I still got that picture of you hanging out at the bar, after we got done playing the nail game. with the women and drinking beers and stuff, and you sitting there and her hanging on you, and oh yeah, it's funny.
Nice.
Well, it didn't have to. It didn't have to be after dark area time either. Fuck, we was
No.
drinking from fucking sun up to sundown
Well, yeah,
on livery boards.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's considered after dark. All after dark antics.
Anytime when you're drinking, yep.
I'm
That's
just like,
that's that 5 o'clock somewhere shit.
that's just like, I'm glad there ain't no pictures of us, the fucking Darwin drinking the fucking bar dry at the hotel, a fucking Bacardi Limon,
Oh yeah, that one was pretty rough.
you know. And then we went out in town and still drank.
Yeah, yeah. Until they shut everything down, you couldn't drink no more.
That was late in the night when they did that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you
Well,
drink the hotel bar out of fucking Bacardi Limon, you
Yeah.
got some issues.
Oh my God.
2 fucking people drinking it out.
Well, they didn't think 2 Americans knew about Bacardi Limon.
No,
You know, and 7-Up, right, or Sprite, whatever they
Sprite, it
put
was
in.
Sprite. It was Sprite and Bacardi Limon.
You know, they didn't think we knew about it.
What was it called? I don't remember what it was called, dude.
For what?
The Sprite and Bacardi.
I don't think it had a name, dude. I
No,
think it
Yeah,
was
but
just
now,
that.
you know, like a
Yeah, back then it didn't have a name.
I remember like Tennessee spring water, but that was with
Vodka and lemonade.
was it vodka and lemonade and Sprite? Yeah, vodka, lemonade, and Sprite.
No Sprite. You didn't have to put Sprite in it. Some of them didn't have Sprite.
I thought
Some people
Chad
put,
and them were doing Sprite when we had them over there.
sometimes they had Sprite in it, sometimes they didn't. You know, but you gotta buy the good vodka if you're gonna do Tennessee spring water.
Yeah,
Can't buy the cheap shit. Gotta buy the good stuff.
can't buy that Skull vodka.
Oh fuck no.
That
Fuck
shit
no.
is so bad.
dude,
I did that one time. I was running low on cash at the C store, right? I was like, well, I'm gonna get the cheapest vodka I can find. That makes some Tennessee spring water. I'll never do that again. Fuck
Dude,
that.
when I did that in DC one day. I was like, I want vodka, and I was looking for the cheapest one. It was like $9.95 for like half a gallon or some shit like that, dude. And I tried to drink, and it came in a plastic bottle, dude. It wasn't a fancy glass one or anything like that. And it had red, white, and blue. It was like, you know, I forget what it was called. Oh my God, it tastes so terrible.
Do you guys remember Dark
Terrible.
Eyes 100 proof vodka?
Yeah.
Oh, back in the day, man, you get a little pint of that shit and just get fucking tore up.
That's why
But
it's funny watching these new kids do these challenges on fucking TikTok and stuff with Everclear, because you just I've been there, done that, and they just discover Everclear and fucking do it, and it's like you realize that some states have that still outlawed.
We do.
Because these fucking kids, a lot of them didn't drink. They don't drink like we did in high school. They don't fucking drink at all, hardly nowadays. You know,
Well, and I've seen
that's why, like,
I've
Go
seen
ahead.
studies on that you know, just the Gen Zers just don't want to drink. You know what I mean? Like they have no initiative for hardly anything. Like they don't want to drink, they don't want to have fun, they don't want to go touch the grass, they want to sit and play video games, watch TikTok, and
Smoke weed.
take asses out of themselves.
Yeah, they'll smoke weed, but they don't drink near as
Yeah.
much.
they don't even want to fucking work either.
No, they don't.
What are you talking about? They don't even want to fuck. They can
No.
care less about getting a girlfriend and fucking.
Yeah. I think a lot of these Gen Zers fucking gay, to be honest with you. I think they're fucking
Nah,
gay.
I don't think they're gay. I just think like Rocky's talked about, and we've talked about many times, they've seen the destruction of the nuclear family and what women will do to men, and they just don't want to fucking deal with it. They want to be on their own. I mean, it's sad to see, but that's the mentality that a lot of them got now. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them in that aspect at all.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the women bitch, like, why isn't anybody approaching me? Well, bitch, you said we were all creepy. So we
Mhm.
stopped fucking coming up to you and talking to you.
You'd rather be in the forest with the bear.
Yeah. Go ahead and hang out with the bear in the forest.
You're not
Or-
6 feet tall and 6-pack abs and, you know, 6 inches down under, and then,
Yeah.
you know, 6-figure job or whatever, then you're not anything. just like, okay, well, why should we acknowledge or, you got to go. If you get told that for years and years and years and years and years, men are just going to wake up and say, well, I believe it now. Okay. They don't like us. Then leave them the fuck alone. When those girls are in trouble, they can't get mad because nobody steps in to help. No, newest case why no man should is Daniel Pearl. Or what was that? It's not Daniel Pearl, it's something else.
You're talking about
The Marine from New York.
Subway.
Yeah.
Daniel Penny.
Daniel Penny, not Daniel.
Penny, yep.
I mean that explains it. It's just, hey, if you don't want them around, and then you can't get mad at them when they're not gonna be around.
Yeah, because we talk like they say chivalry's dead, and it's like, we were all brought up on morals, especially Gen Xers. White knight syndrome is what I call it, and it was just being courteous, and you were taught, to respect everybody. But as soon as you're disrespected, it's like, well, go fuck yourself, man. You've lost everything I needed to talk to you about, and women just do it now, and guys just fucking stay with it most of the time.
Because they don't want to be, labeled mean or toxic or narcissistic or whatever.
Or no, they don't want to be alone either.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. I've seen guys that would do everything for their significant other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they said, they jump how high, right? Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they were still, after the breakup, they were still labeled fucking abusive, fucking narcissistic, everything. And those guys never gave those girls everything.
That's me.
No, you're not. You're not the only one. I got called that shit fucking years ago.
Well, what's funny is we're talking about this and real quick because I do got to go because my mom just messaged for dinner. I was opening doors and everything, and she thought that was fucking weird. And I'm like, that's not weird. That's what I do. Like, I've always done that. And she's like, why are you opening doors? Why are you do? And I'm like, all right. So I stopped doing it because you know what? If that's weird to a 36-year-old, that's pretty bad. I mean, she was born in the fucking 80s still, and she's saying it's weird. So I'm like, I won't do it for you anymore. Then you can open your own fucking door.
That's why
it's the added ingredient of the ideology of feminism.
Yep.
That is the root of the cause of the problem.
Yeah.
But see, I have a hard time with that though, because it's a microcosm that you see on the internet, because around here it's older women and stuff, and they fucking love it, and that's other women of the same age and stuff, and you can't rule them out either.
Where I'm at, there's like a lot of like crazy haired colored people. So I get to see it daily. So I know what I'm saying, like, yeah, don't help. No, fuck no. Not after the, Daniel Penny, not after the guy in Australia that got accused of sexually assaulting someone. There's numerous cases all the time. The girl that called raping because the dude saved her from drowning. She sued him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I will talk to you later.
All right, later, Thumper. Be safe, man. Have a good time with your mom.
Will do.
Yeah.
So, like, you've taken away all the motivation to help you, to want to help you, even though it's in our instinct to do it. On top of that, all of the other legal ramifications you can go through. So if guys are, I can't blame them. I can't blame them. I mean, I see it now. I see it where I'm at. I'll put it to you that way. Like, I have a live action. It's like a live action camera movie going on in front of me because of some of the people that I know and the things that are going on in their lives. And I want to comment on it, but I'm going to piss everyone off.
When's that ever stopped you before?
I mean, you did label yourself "Hold My Beer," so let's go to fucking town, baby.
You already got fucking kicked off fucking Reddit how many times? I mean, come on now.
Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, dude, I just you know, like Reddit, they said, you hate women. I'm like, I don't hate women. I just want them to be held accountable to the same standard that we're held as men.
Yeah.
Like,
And that gets and that
why
now
is
that
there a double standard allowed?
Excuse
and
me.
now
This double standard that we've allowed to happen has become this thing where they expect this shit. What's that fucking term? They think they're like,
Privileged.
yeah, they're like they deserve it. They didn't do anything to earn it, but they deserve all this great treatment and blah 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 because they're good and everyone else is bad, and they're brainwashed to fucking think that. So they think they're better than you too.
Blame fucking Disney.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Disney, I mean, Disney's messing themselves up right now. I mean, there wasn't even a Prince Charming in that movie, from what I hear.
Yeah, like they still can't define
it's
a woman for a princess.
and Snow White was uglier than the fucking witch was.
I know.
Yeah.
She was a sexy evil queen, And
You know, and that's what it gets back down to. Don't date the fellas. Don't date the young women out there. Go after the fucking grandmas and all that shit that ain't blue haired or wild color.
Man, you
You
got to
know?
be careful with them. I've seen videos of fucking over 50 women now that are like divorced and shit and doing the same thing. Like, I deserve this. And you're like, are you fucking crazy? Answer is yes.
That's why you just fuck them and tell them, hey, we're just gonna be fuck buddies. That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
And then we're in the same boat together because that's what all the women are doing in their 20s. And they get to their 30s and they're like blown out fucking tires. And then they're looking for a man.
Well, I mean, look at most of the girls that's our age. Fuck 95% of them fucking grandmas by now. You know, because they was popping kids out in high school, fucking early 20s. You know?
I'm in that boat.
Yeah, but your kids ain't popping out babies like some of these other kids are. You know, start early.
I don't know. My daughter, I think she's got like 4 or 5. I don't know. Only because she had twins. And then
yeah, your oldest daughters. Yeah.
Yeah, my oldest daughter. Not any of my kids now. My oldest daughter doesn't, she's almost 30, so it's like, whatever. But she lived with her mom and the same shit that went down with her. Like, I tried to deal with it when she got to my house when she was like 16 and she wasn't used to a structured household because her mom wasn't structured. They do whatever the fuck they want and go wherever the fuck they want. When you come into the household that's a military household, 9 times out of 10, it's very structured because everybody's scheduled. She couldn't fucking handle that shit. Fucking the neighbors and fucking everybody at school. So.
And now I am just so glad that now all these women that think they're fucking can do anything a man can do, gonna be held accountable to the military now on the PT test now.
Oh yeah.
But it should not wait until fucking January 1st, 2026 for it to start. It needs to start now.
Well, I think they're giving everybody time to put everything together because of the instructions. Because how instructions go. Somebody will try to find a way out of the motherfucker.
They'll try to interpret it a certain way that it's not supposed to be interpreted.
Because we all heard this in the military. All from not all the women, but some of them. I can do anything a man can do. I'm better than a man. Okay, now here's your chance to fucking prove it.
I didn't see that stuff until like.
No.
Well, I saw that on the East Coast more than the West Coast.
Yeah.
I had one female that thought that, and then once she couldn't figure out what a ratchet was, then it was all over. So claim that, better than, mechanical wise. Yeah. It's like, no, you just need to go sit and do admin. Because that's what, if you can't tell me what a fucking ratchet is. I've had a couple guys do the same thing too. It's like, no, you need to go fucking do admin or paint. Go fucking huff some paint for a while.
Go be a topsider. Here's not for you.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of guys, especially when I got the East Coast, engineering was not for them at all. I mean, they were smart as hell, but they would have been better off at a fucking different rate. I thought he was.
Yeah. That's like I told you the story. I had a female second class that was going to get out because nobody would show her anything.
Yep.
And she wanted to learn. She didn't know it though, but she wanted to learn it, you know. And I started teaching her a year before she got out. And if I'd have got to her sooner, she probably would have stayed in. She would have been a good mechanic, you know. But she had two mothers. So she was from New York, two moms, you know, was a lesbian. So everybody, like, she had an attitude. But once I started sitting and talking to her, I actually got her to come around because I put her in fucking charge and made her accountable. She became the work center soup. I was like, you're in charge of all the PMS. You're doing fucking forced revisions and you're the asses on the line for it. And that's what broke her out of that fucking attitude. Because I put it all on her. I was like, you're going to do your second class. You got firemen to deal with. You got to tell them how to do PMS. I'm first class. I'll come in when I need to, like old Bittner did back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the shit worked out fine. I sat and told all the guys in the work center, like, she's in fucking charge. She tells you to do PMS. Then you go do the fucking PMS and get it fucking done. And there wasn't any issues with that. I had no problems. But it's because nobody fucking challenged her and held her accountable. Like Rocky said, accountability is the biggest thing that's lacking.
But I just hope these. But I just hope on those PT test crap that they make women do those push-ups the same way men have to do it. Do this shit on your knees or girl fucking push-ups. You know.
Well,
yeah,
and you got guys out there that can't do push-ups either. So
yeah, I mean, hey, it's on them though, right? It's on
that's all them.
Individual themselves.
Same way with women too. If they can't do it, same with the man. That's all them. You know,
on them.
They can do push-ups. They can do push-ups wherever they're at. You don't start.
I had to in boot camp because of remember the standard back in 99 before 2000. Like your shit had to be perfect. And I couldn't get my shit perfect. So every night afterwards, like when lights out went down, dude, like a group of us that had trouble with push-ups, get in a circle towards the back and just do push-ups at night. Until we were fucking tired.
I was the training APO, you know, for my division. So everybody that could not had a hard time with push-ups, I had to give them extra work. You know, I'd do it with them. You know, that stuff. I mean, I was just like, how the fuck can y'all not do push-ups? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
You never did a push-up before?
I was just so like, the fuck, man. I mean, I came in and played fucking high school sports, right? So I was better shape than fucking most people was.
You know what? One of the dumbest things about Navy and PT was they fucking called sit-ups curl-ups, dude.
Oh, it's fucking sit-ups.
When I read that fucking instruction to call it curl-ups, this is fucking retarded. What the fuck? It's sit-ups.
Yeah.
You know?
And then they went and revised those because people were injuring their backs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like revised all of that shit. I missed the sit and reach though. Sit and reach was a lot of fun. That was for those fat chiefs.
Oh, dude, I saw so many people fail the PRT because of that, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, I couldn't sit and reach. I've never been able to do it in my life. And I'm thinking, like, well, didn't they fucking test you at fucking MEPS before you go in?
Yeah.
So did they let you fake it or what? So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't the most flexible guy, you know, going to boot camp, right? But I can at least fucking do that, you know. But I was like, here's the thing, Navy, we don't need the fucking run, right? Because we're on the fucking shit, right? Do away with that fucking run altogether. But you still got to have your core, which would be your sit-ups, and you guys get physical, be push-ups. You got to have them right there.
I think the Air Force has a better take on cardio because it's a heart rate thing, not a distance. So for us, yes, because we're wearing firefighters gear, shit like that, like your cardio needs to be there, but not a distance wise.
No,
you need to be able to, like, you know, breathe and fucking move around and, you know, an extra fucking 40 pounds of gear, you know, and if it gets wet, it's double that. So,
well, this is just not when you're firefighting. either at GQ or training. It's whenever we got to fucking wear respirators too.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause there's times we had to wear respirators on certain things.
Who fucking wore a respirator, you fucking pussy?
Shit, eventually I did. Eventually, after I got to the Laboon, I started wearing one. I said, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd
wish
wear
I
about
would've
a
worn one
dust
sooner.
mask.
You know, especially when we was fucking with AFFF instead of breathing all that shit in when we clean the builds and shit. Fuck.
You know, they just said it's just soap, guys. That's what it is. It's soap.
Yeah.
Cancer causing soap and shit.
And now a lot of us have fucking problems because we fucking bathe in that shit. Like, oh, this is like swimming.
Dude, I
Hey,
did that. I did that in
myself,
3 Gen,
yeah.
man. Fucking 3 Gen. I don't think you were there, Gilly. I can't remember. 3 Gen build sprinkling went off.
Yeah,
So,
I was
the
still,
under deck of the foundation was
Yeah.
like foamed all the way up. And I'm just
yeah.
like swimming through the foam shit to go through.
I was still there. That's not the first time that's happened. That's like the second or third time that's
Yeah.
fucking happened.
That cleanup sucked. But you're like you're carving your fucking way in there because it, stays like, there. It doesn't bubble down.
But that motherfucker, I didn't give a fuck anytime. It like would be the main engines or 3 Gen, right? That motherfucker down there was clean as hell. After doing that,
Yeah.
But they just need to get back to fuck the distance run. You know, cardio, you still got to have that, but bike can do that. You know, because that distance shit, I would walk when I got to the Laboon. There were no folk. I said, fuck running. I walked that motherfucker, still made it within time. You know, I just thought it was a fucking joke running. You know, they need to bring back pull-ups. They need to bring back pull-ups. What they need to bring back.
Yeah, pull-ups is a big one.
You know, because there's a lot of guys out there that can't do a pull-up.
And have never done one in their life.
If you're going to be in engineering, then you better be able to do a pull-up.
We had fitness tests in middle school that had pull-ups on them.
Yeah.
Back in the fucking 90s.
We did too. Well, that was part of that Reagan initiative. You know, they got Arnold Schwarzenegger involved, right? Nancy Reagan did.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from.
They started it in elementary school. I do remember that, George Marks, because we had this fucking Mr. Thomas, dude, big old black fucking dude, man. Yeah. And he ran, phys ed, and he was a great guy and always like pushed everybody to get in shape, man, even out on the playground. And he'd be out there like getting us in activities and fucking being active out there. Motherfuckers don't even do that now. They didn't come close to doing any activities.
Well, actually, here in Boonville, they do. Like Rivers class, they still have. He's in 4th grade, so they still have recess and stuff. Dude, those kids are fucking active. All that shit.
Good. That's good then. A lot of places aren't like that.
Yeah.
I think it's the small communities that are.
Yeah. Like River, he gets in trouble by playing dodgeball. He'll grab the littlest ball he can and just fucking fling it at people.
That's why they stopped giving us small fucking dodgeballs, kickballs.
Because, when we play dodgeball, like, we would always fucking go after the girls that started having the big old boobies, right? They started developing. Fuck him. And so they're like, oh my God. I mean, we wouldn't do it just once. I mean, it was like all the time we was trying to hit them in the tits. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And the guys would get in trouble. Us boys would get in trouble. She's like, don't throw it with their chest or their head. I was like, fuck.
That's why I always swam, dude. Women in fucking swimsuits all day long.
Shit, when I was in school, kindergarten through 8th grade, we didn't have a pool because it's a small country town, right? Didn't have that. Even my high school never had a pool. Still don't.
My high school didn't, but my elementary and middle school did. That was what the weird thing was. Fucking the pool was at the college next door. It's like, why do you have a fucking pool at the elementary, middle school, but don't have it at the high school?
But even our fucking junior college there in town did not have a fucking pool. Now, if you go to Columbia, they had some of the high schools had pools. While 2 of the colleges had pools too. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it always was strange to me growing up, like why we had the fucking pool.
Yeah.
And then
But the high school
and then
did.
it got shut down because one of my good friends' brother fucking was being a dumbass and fell off the high dive and broke his fucking arm. So they had to shut it down.
Yeah.
Fucking dipshit. He's passed away now, unfortunately, from an overdose, but suspected overdose. I think some things went down with that. But anyway, they had to shut it down. It's now filled with concrete and fucking backfill now. Just because of one person fell off that thing.
Well, that happened at the public pool there at Moberly. Fucking, they had a high dive. One person did not fucking hit the concrete. They said hit the pool. You know.
Yeah,
After
that's what
that,
he did.
they took it out. They
He had
took that high dive out. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, they shut the whole fucking thing down.
But now the new pool has a high dive now, but it's nowhere near the edge like the old pool was.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way you can fucking hit the concrete.
You remember watching the Olympics when that dude
Greg Louganis.
Yeah,
hit his
Greg
head.
Louganis, yeah.
platform, and it was platform,
Boom.
and he jumped and hit his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Man,
You know he was gay, right?
Yep.
That's why he hit his head.
Yep.
Stick that.
Oh yeah. No,
I don't
yeah.
remember. I don't think I remember. I don't think I even cared. I mean, who
I
cares?
followed all those guys because I swam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I followed a lot of those. Like I followed the Olympics pretty close. I watched swimming. I didn't watch this one though because of the Paris bullshit, so I boycotted it. But every year I'm always watching swimming or international when I can catch it, nationals and shit, just because I love watching everybody's strokes.
Well, that's like basketball. I used to love watching Olympic basketball, right? Not anymore. Not since fucking 92 when they brought NBA players in the Dream Team did.
Yeah.
You know. And you know what's funny about that? A lot of people don't realize this. The Dream Team got their ass handed to them. One game was a scrimmage game. Got their ass handed to them by the team that was by nothing but college players, right? Some of those guys on that beat them was Chris Webber from Michigan. He had a couple guys from Duke. Grant. He was on Duke, and Bobby Hurley was on Duke. You know, and they mopped the floor with him the first game. You know,
I was gonna say, wasn't there a couple from Michigan? It was.
Yeah, Chris Webber. He ended up being part of the Fab Five.
Yeah.
You know, but you had Montrose from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Big center boy, white boy.
Jalen Rose, I think Howard.
Jalen Rose
Webber.
is all there. Yep. And that's a team that should have actually went to the Olympics. That was going to be the Olympic team if they didn't have the pros.
Yeah. Fab Five was fucking great, dude.
But they beat them by 5. Oh, not 5 by 20 points that first scrimmage. Well, that lit a fire under fucking Jordan, Burr, and Johnson, right? That lit a fire underneath their ass because they wasn't really gelled yet as a team. The NBA players wasn't. Boy, they beat the next game by 40. You know, the college players.
Yeah.
You know, but they was like, holy shit, these guys are fucking for real. You know, the college players. I mean, the NBA guys are like, oh fuck, these college players are for real. You know, we just can't take them as a joke. You know,
why would you ever think that? That's like,
because they weren't pros, and you had Jordan, right? You had 11 Hall of Famers on that Dream Team right there. So they didn't think anybody could even come close and beat them, even when they're just fucking around. You know,
it's kind of like the high school team. Oh, go ahead, Rocky.
I didn't know that story. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, I watched it on fucking Prime Video. There's a documentary on it.
Okay, that's like, oh, he just knows sports facts. No, I sold it a documentary.
Well, I did because I never heard that story because there's only one tape out there. Only one tape out there. And as soon as they opened doors for reporters, Chuck Daly, which was the head coach for the Dream Team, told them to shut that scoreboard off. They didn't want the reporters seeing that score.
Is that kind of like the women's soccer team that got beat by the fucking high school fucking?
Yep.
Oh, what were they, high school kids or junior high kids?
No, they're high school kids.
School.
Like 15, 16?
Yeah. They
Yep.
were like 15, 16 years old.
Probably some 17, 18-year-olds in there if they're on the
It
high school team.
destroyed
Yeah.
that. It was the women's Olympic team, right? Or the World
Yeah,
Cup.
it's the women's US team.
Yeah.
Or like the old guys, the old retired fucking soccer players fucking smoking them. Coming out of retirement, like, oh shit, let me get the Bengay and fucking shit out. All right, let's go. And then still smoked them.
And that's why the Dream Team blew everybody out by 40 points. Was that one game they lost? They're like, fuck this, we ain't losing again.
Yeah.
And now the so-called Dream Teams that they have now, hey, they were the fuck.
I hadn't seen any of that shit.
Dude, I mean, they're getting some of those games are close too.
Shit, I haven't watched basketball since Jordan and them, man.
I mean, granted, basketball has evolved, right? Throughout the world, right? Players get better and all that because there's a lot of forward players in the NBA now. But the NBA is soft now. That's why I don't watch it.
I don't think anybody beats the 80s and 90s for fucking NBA, man.
No, I mean, I stopped watching basketball like I think 1997 when I went in the Navy.
Because the teams like the Celtics and the Pistons back then, when Jordan came in the league, they had a fucking rule, Jordan rule, to fucking ball him to try to take him out of the game. I mean, to me, that's what basketball's supposed to be played. You come in, I'm going to ball you. Nowadays, you just touch him. That's a foul. Fuck that. Like the only basketball I watch is college basketball. I mean, all it was at Mizzou. That's going to be it.
What, you don't watch the WNBA?
Fuck no. All those fucking bitches, oh, we need more pay. Then sell more tickets. You got to have the revenue up if you want more fucking pay. That's how it works. If it wasn't for the NBA, you wouldn't be making what you're making now because the NBA is paying your fucking salaries.
Yeah, the NBA subsidizes all the WNBA.
Yeah. I mean,
crazy.
And they ran off their moneymaker. They ran off Caitlin Clark, was starting to reform.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, she's still playing though, but
isn't she playing overseas though?
No, she's still playing for Indiana.
Is she still playing? I heard something about her playing overseas and shit.
Well, in the offseason, yeah. In the offseason, she was. That's how a lot of them make some more money. That's why that stupid bitch Brittany Griner was playing over in Russia.
Yeah, I was about to say her. I have my marijuana with me. Motherfucker, they say the United States, you're in fucking Russia.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with that shit.
That's one fucking dumb bitch they should have left over there, in my opinion. She broke the law flat out.
And they traded it for the fucking Lord of Death over there, man.
Yeah, exactly. Now, people don't know who Lord of Death is. Motherfucker, the most fucking prolific fucking arms dealer of all time.
If you've ever seen Lord of War with fucking Nicolas Cage, that's that dude right there. 100%.
What?
Yeah.
I remember that movie, man. That movie was messed up, but it was good.
Yeah, like that. I mean, it was a real guy, but based on loosely, but it's not the same guy as the Lord of Death, but it's very similar to what he's doing as an arms dealer. Even look at War Dogs with Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
That one was about US and moving ammo and shit to Iraq and I think Afghanistan, wasn't it? Might have been just Iraq. But they were like, that's a good movie too, man.
Yeah. And he even had to go to Jordan to get the shit.
Yeah, he was getting Chinese fucking bullets in and repackaging it, and they were doing it in Ukraine too. And that's the funny thing. Yeah. So in Lord of War, they're getting shit from Ukraine. And fucking War Dogs, they're doing it in Ukraine. Yeah. And now you have the Ukrainian war. So it's Ukraine has been in play for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when they broke out of the Soviet Union.
Yep.
Ukraine had all the Soviet Union stuff, the CCP itself.
That's what they were selling off.
Yeah. Yeah, they were selling off all their shit. That's like the famous scene there where he takes the helicopter, takes the missile pods off, says it's a humanitarian fucking helicopter, and then sells the pods off because the way Interpol works for arms and military equipment.
Yep.
It's a great fucking movie, dude. Tells you everything you need
that's-
to know what's going on right now.
I mean, and anybody can buy military equipment. Anybody can. You know.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
you can go buy a
Yeah.
Sherman tank, man, as long as the main gun,
Yeah.
The breech is fucking welded up,
Yep.
and you can't fire it, then you can have it.
Yeah. You can buy fucking an F-14 if you want to.
Yeah.
Why even have it then? It's got to do
Yeah.
everything you needed to
Because
do.
I can put 50 cals and 30 mils in there too, like they had on the front gun.
Well, you can still buy tanks that's fucking workable, fire condition, but you got to have a license for them.
Yeah,
Hey, do you
that's true.
guys remember what the caliber of the gun was in Saving Private Ryan that they were shooting from a Jeep and it was like blowing people to parts?
50 cal.
50 cal.
That was 50 cal in that?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
50 cal's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, the
Yeah, since World
M2.
War
Oh,
One,
my
right?
Deuce has been around for man. I think
Before World War II.
1912, I want to say. Hold on, let me look it up. I could be wrong.
See, the Germans in World War One, they had ball deuces. World War One. You know.
Let's see. The old Ma Deuce
Yep.
came in 1933. I apologize.
Or 1933, sorry, but I thought it was before then too.
No, I think I'm
Because
looking to see.
Browning made it. Because Browning made a 50 cal
What
before
about the
that.
MH2 Browning?
That's what I'm gonna look up next. I
think
know
that
Browning.
was from like the 1910s or something. I could be wrong.
Browning.
So around July 1917, they were redesigning the 30-06, which was what the bar was, the Browning automatic rifle, right? That's what old boy was carrying. I think it was Vin Diesel had the bar with him. Or no. The white dude, I can't remember his name.
The guy that was the sniper?
No, not the sniper guy.
Sniper was 30-06. What that was.
Yeah. Or was it a 308?
30-06 back then. 30-06 was the very first sniper weapon caliber they used for snipers.
So technically, it went into trials 15th of October 1918. So I mean, it's been around since 1918. It said it went into service 1933.
Been around since World War One.
Yeah,
It just wasn't part of it.
See, there's stories of them having 50 cals from Browning in World War One.
Yeah, I know.
Because the British were making one, that water cooled one, had the fucking sleeve around it and shit.
Yep, that did not work very fucking good.
And then the Germans came out with the MG42, the old fucking German buzzsaw. That motherfucker is just gnarly.
That's what I was thinking of buzzsaw, not the buzzsaw.
Yeah, the buzzsaw.
What caliber was that?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
50 cal, I think.
Different guns they make, but they all do the same thing. There's two different size bullets, projectiles, or whatever.
Well, a lot of people don't realize
it was a 7.92 by 57 Mauser cartridge.
Mauser, okay.
So the Mauser rifle, which was a great gun, German engineering was fucking phenomenal. I mean, some shit was over engineered, but yeah, that motherfucker just mow people down.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize when it comes like the rifles. Everyone don't think of a 30-06 for long range. It's all about the rifle and the barrel and the fucking load you're using too on it.
Yeah,
because you can get over 1,000-yard shots out of a 30-06 fucking easy as hell if you know what the hell you're doing. See, to me, a 30-06 is just as good as a 308. 308 rounds, a little more expensive. That 30-06 is.
The Army just introduced a new fucking round and rifle too, right?
Which one? What is it?
Oh, I seen it the other day. Fuck, give me a second. I should have saved it.
That's interesting.
I know it's bigger. I know it's bigger than a 5.56.
And smaller than 7.62.
Yep.
It's pretty much like the 6.5 Creedmoor, pretty much what it is.
It's a
Basically,
6.8 millimeter cartridge.
6 mils, what yeah.
Yeah, 6.8 on it.
Which falls in that 6.5 Creedmoor category right there, from 6 mil on up right there.
Yeah.
So it's in
And because I do have a 6.5 Creedmoor. And those motherfuckers with the right load, the right barrel, it'll reach 1,000 yards easy with them.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like them because everyone says they're junk and they're not junk. People just don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to long range shooting, basically. You know, that's like 5.56 round. You know, if you got the right scope, it'll go 800 yards. I mean, it ain't gonna go 1,000 because it starts tumbling around. Depends on how long your rifling, the load that you got too. You know, like most of the factory rounds, especially the 16-inch barrel ones, after 600 yards, your bullets will start tumbling at 600 yards. But if you get the longer one, you can get up about 800 yards without tumbling.
Yeah. That's always been proven. Like the length of your barrel is gonna, distance out. Short, short, you're gonna be compact, but you're gonna get a less range the longer you go. That's that powder explosion gets that time to really push it. Because before it hits the compensator, it's all force. And then it hits the fucking bird cage, and then it's like it's all expelled out. So 16-inch barrels where it puts you at right there in that fucking happy medium.
If you ain't gonna be shooting over 600 yards, you don't need a longer barrel.
Ain't no fun. If I'm shooting over 600 yards, and I'll take like a 308 or something like that, man. Like,
I'd take the 338 Lapua.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That motherfucker will reach. I mean, it ain't gonna reach as far as a BMG 50 cal, right? It'll get damn close. Oh, that's
ain't nothing gonna catch that thing, man. That thing. Obviously, we already talked about how long it's been in service since 1933, and it's still in service now.
Yeah.
That gun is as simple as it gets, and the most fucking effective that is out there for squad infantry, I should say.
I wish I would have bought the BMG, rifle.
The Barretts.
The Barretts. I wish they were when they were still cheap. Where you could get a semi-automatic one, fucking with a good fucking scope for about $3,000.
Oh, dude, those things are so expensive now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a fucking single shot. Just a single shot, bare bones. $5,000 now.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary had it right when he was talking about it on the boat, dude, buying one, getting that long range fucking driveway and sitting in his house, fucking like, who's coming up the road? I'm about to snipe your ass. Because he was flying to Texas.
I wonder whatever happened to him, man.
Motherfucker probably fucking middle saw him. Knowing him.
Who knows, man? Smart motherfucker, but
he wasn't right in the head. He wasn't. Yeah.
No, because he stayed in every fucking port, stayed on the boat, every fucking port, if I remember right. And
he would get off to do laundry. If he had any laundry,
he went out to do
get
laundry.
off to do laundry. And that's it.
Yeah.
Or grab something to eat.
Yeah.
But he did that when he was doing his laundry.
And that was all he did, man.
Yep.
Read tech manuals and fucking do laundry. He was another one that wasn't a great mechanic, but he was smart as fuck. Knew everything from the tech manuals, tell you how to tear things down, put it back together, but he couldn't fucking apply it.
Yeah.
Because I worked with him a few times.
Yeah. That's why when I had to work with him starting out, I did the wrenching. He did the fucking instruction. So I mean, I had no problem with him, but he was just fucking weird, man.
Yeah, he kept to himself though, like, back then. Didn't have a girlfriend, didn't have a wife, no kids, no nothing, had money, was saving money. Like I said, he was going to buy land in Texas, and that was his big thing. So,
well, he did buy it before he got out. He bought a little house with some land. I don't know how much land, but he did buy it before he got out.
Did he get out?
Yeah, he got out.
With 5, or did he go somewhere else?
No, he left the Navy.
Yeah.
I thought dude, because I remember seeing like 2003 or 2004, like GSM-1 gearing. It was Leopold. I still looked at the engineering names because of the people that I would remember from the five.
Now, if he didn't get out, I was surprised because he said he was getting
Yes.
out when he left five. That he was
Yeah.
going back home to Texas.
That's why he was saving all that money while he didn't go
Yeah.
out and shit.
I mean, now if he decided to come back in, he might have. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
There's always that, but he did. I mean, that does happen to all of us. Like, I'm getting the fuck out. And then next thing you know, 24 years later.
Rocky.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
I said the same thing after shore duty, man. I was getting ready to get out. I just wanted to do shore time to let me decompress and get my, affairs in orders being on shore duty. And well, next thing you know, 24 fucking years later.
Yeah. But think about it now, you got fucking the retirement now.
Yeah. Yeah. They need to keep boosting it too. Take
So
all the
what's-
money, take all the money from these fat fucking lazy fucking federal jobs that aren't doing shit and
All
give
right, when
me
you
more money.
on your own fucking retirement, right? Not VA pay, but actual retirement. Is it the same pay raise that Social Security gets?
No, it's a separate one.
Separate one.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was.
I
if
know
it's the
it went
same-
up. I know it went
I
up
didn't know if it was
already.
the same percentage as the rest of them
It goes up when there's a pay raise.
for the military itself.
Yeah. So when there's a pay raise in the active duty side, everyone that's retired and everything,
Retired goes up. Okay.
it goes up, but it goes up in the increments that would match the
That's
service time and all that other stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
that's why they hate us that were grandfathered in outside of the SRB or not SRB. Fuck was it called, Rocky?
For
The new 401k shit.
PST,
Maybe.
I my wife had it when she came in. She came in 2002, and I met her the year she came in. Right. Well, she was on. Maybe it was TPS.
They've
No,
always
that
had
was
T-Rich
the thrift
program.
savings plan. Yeah.
Thrift savings plan. That's what it was. It was thrift savings plan. They wanted to replace high three retirement pay, like what I got, with TSP. Like it was equivalent to like a 401k or whatever the hell. that
Right.
was.
And I think, it was blended retirement.
That came later.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what everybody's got now. So it's all blended retirement, and that grandfathering is where they got all, it got all fucking weird.
So they pretty much took the Navy or military retirement, and they're giving pretty much the same retirement as working for the VA after 20, 30 years, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, because we get. I'm just looking at mine right now. 1 second.
Look, you always got to have a pay
It's-
raise.
So for retirement for me is $29.91.81. That's the retirement, and it went up. It did go up a little bit from the last time. I think it was like 28 something. Because that's 50% at high three, like I think you get, Rocky.
Well, I got above 50. We did 4 extra years, and I think it was supposed to go up a percentage every 2
Oh,
years.
that's right. Like you go, so you go
So we should be getting like
20,
55%.
25, 26, 27. That's why a lot of guys go to 30 because it's something like, I think
30
almost
is-
60%.
30 is 60 or 75%.
I remember hearing 75, but wasn't that for
40,
officers?
40 is like if you do 40 years, that's the full time in the military.
I didn't even think you could. Well, yeah, because you retire.
You do the amount of time that you would have done to something retire or something like that.
I know that
forget
you go in
the-
inactive reserve,
Mhm.
and then after 30, if I remember reading the instruction right, then you get your actual retired ID card. Like you can't be recalled anymore.
Yeah.
Which if they have to call us back, then there's some serious shit. You better be drafting women first before you call me back.
Yeah.
You want fucking equality, then you get called first before you call me.
Yeah.
You better get the fresh draft before you pull my old ass out. It's like the old crypt keeper and shit. You got to get yourself alive. Like the ghoul. You guys watch Fallout, right, on Prime? And he's got the 2 IV bags and he's in the fucking like in the grave, like staying alive. That's what it's gonna be like resurrecting us. And
Well,
they ain't gonna fucking like it when they resurrect us.
we're gonna come with the attitude that will help you win a war, not care about other people's fucking feelings.
Get your ass in that bilge, motherfucker.
Fuck their fucking winning their fucking wars anymore because they're all fucking ain't real wars. It's fucking make motherfuckers rich.
Well,
Nowadays.
you seen the India Pakistan shit, right? Just recently, they're bringing back the old Iron Eagle scenario, man. Lou Gossett
Really?
Jr. and them.
Really?
So they had that attack in Kashmir in India, and it's Pakistani and driven. And now India's like, Pakistan are like, well, we have nukes, so we might want to nuke you. And those motherfuckers are way more unhinged than what Putin is.
Yeah.
Putin's pretty controlled out of Russia, but the Indian and Pakistanis, not so much. And they've had nuclear weapons for a long time.
I mean, America should not even be involved in any fucking conflict around the world at all.
No, not since World War II, and we've already talked about that and played it out. Once we rebuilt everything and put everybody on their path with NATO and put the money in, then we should have pulled out by then, man. The whole idea about fighting communism was a way to perpetuate fucking conflict.
Yeah.
And because the way that it's written is any communism. Anybody that has communism, we're going to fucking fight them.
Fuck, fighting, but, a fucking so-called war to fucking make motherfuckers money and make them rich. Fuck that shit. No.
Eisenhower fucking warned of that shit. He was a fucking general, said industrial military complex is coming. Do not let it happen. Look what fucking happened.
That's why I say now, fuck trying to win a war.
No.
Just fucking keep your fucking ship fucking safe, your fucking platoon safe. If you're Army, Marine Corps, keep your guys safe is all you can do.
And we did it to the Japanese after World War II. They signed the treaty that only 1% of their gross national income or GDP would go to military as a surface, for the coast, like coastal force and shit. And look where Japan went after all that money that didn't go to the military into technology. So,
well, now they're starting to put money into the military because they can now.
Yeah, 70. I think it was like 50 or 75 years or some shit. 50 years that they can.
It's been up for a few years.
Yeah. Well, we were training Japanese. I was training with Japanese, and I trained some Japanese for the LCACs, for the hovercrafts. Yep. They were going through prop and lift and shit because they were on board with the LCACs. And they do have fucking LCACs, U.S. LCACs out there. Nobody realizes it. So they have amphibious assault vehicles.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what?
Well, you all might not remember this, but you all remember that fucking that Japanese fucking cruiser that fucking came in the port, that Everett? No. It was around 99 or 2000.
I don't remember that.
No,
it was only one fucking ship that pulled in there. Which I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, damn, I ain't seen that in Japan. But I wonder if they got their own hydrofoils over there in Japanese Navy too.
They could. Like I said, they were learning everything they could back in the day. This was 2003 when I went through school, and they were learning it. And then I was teaching, I think 2012, they set a couple in there. But I mean, you send 2 guys with all the material to Japan, and the next thing you know, they have all of their people that they need trained. You know what I mean? You only need a couple people to go learn it, and then they reciprocate it out. So
that's one thing about the Japanese. I don't care whatever they're working on, right? Those motherfuckers will learn it.
Yeah.
Smart.
And that's one thing. That's one thing America could take fucking, not really copy what they do in industry, right? I mean, they could, but the workers, I mean, they're dedicated to their fucking job. You know?
And they still go out and get fucked up like we used to do back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They go out and get that soju and shit, man.
Well, at certain jobs, if you got an office job, they allow you to take a nap at your desk. You know?
Yeah, their work like mentality and like their method of stuff is completely shifted from our Henry Ford, work fucking archetype. So
8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, that's
and that brings up another thing. You bring up Henry Ford, right? Everyone thinks that the unions got those 8-hour work days. No, Henry Ford started that and higher pay for his non-union guys because he didn't want them leaving to Chevrolet or someone else at the time. So he wanted to pay them a good wage so they'd stay at 8 hour days and don't work on Sunday since he was, religious.
Yeah, and we've revolved around that method for what, the last fucking 100 and some years? It's because the bankers and the Federal Reserve like that shit. They enjoy the central bank and them enjoy that shit. That's what they want. That keeps everybody kind of locked down in debt and paying constantly. You know what I mean? As soon as you establish a consistent money flow income, that's what they're doing. I mean, there's 330 million of us, in the United States, and I'm sure it's different now, but that constant flow of money that people are paying on, myself included, any kind of loan, that's money just rolling in constantly just coming in. And now that we went away from paying for cash and everything's digital, fuck, man, you just seen it happen in Canada with the freedom, the freedom protest for COVID, the truck drivers, they were threatening to shut down their fucking bank accounts. So they tested right there that you could shut down somebody's bank account and, persuade them not to do anything.
I don't think many people pick up on that. Like they tested for it and now they can do it. It's never come up again because they can do it.
And then they just elected, and which is funny, like Canada's in the shit since Trudeau's been in there, so I'm not really worried about it. But they elected another liberal, got rid of the conservative. Problem was the conservative was ahead, and he started shitting on Trump. And then the next thing you know, his fucking numbers go down, and people that said fuck Trump went to the liberal side. So.
Well, that's amazing to me. Those motherfuckers never learned in Canada on how they vote, just like motherfuckers in California, Oregon, and Washington State, right? They never learn. They keep voting for the same type of fucking people. I'm like,
oh, fuck, man, it's still the same way. Look at Minnesota, look at Wisconsin, look at fucking Michigan, look at Thumper's getting his shit in Iowa. There's a little bit there, but it's starting to creep down because I know Indiana's starting to get it too. Because Indianapolis is a big spot. It's all these major cities, dude. They pack these fucking liberals and Democrats in New York City. Because look at the map at New York, like the state itself, or California, the state itself. That map that was out there showed you where the concentrations of. Yeah.
Did you guys ever see the map of California where there's like California right here and there's California right there? There's like a big river or lake in between.
That's where, in the book I've been reading about America's New World, supposedly that was the Red Sea right there.
So where that island in California was Egypt? Where the Pharaoh was?
Well, no, but it's separate. It was supposed to be the Red Sea. On it.
I'll have to look that one up.
I gotta check that out. I mean,
it's it. There's a map on it.
After I get a new computer for this,
I wish I had it. I wish I had that fucking book on Kindle. Then I would find that map on it.
Start scanning it in.
I ain't scared of shit.
It's expensive dude, it's an expensive book on Kindle, man.
That's cheaper to buy it on Kindle than this fucking paperback. I'll tell you that much right now.
No.
I don't know if I would be able to scan it because I'd be afraid of ripping the fucking page of how much that book cost. And that book was it was over $200 for that fucking book.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Or was it 100 and
It was over 200 at the time.
Did you get the hardback one?
Hardback was $250. Fuck no, I didn't buy the hardback one.
I ain't buying no book that's newly printed for that price. Ain't no fucking.
Well, the reason why this one is not fucking. It's not a new book either. It's been out for a while.
No, that motherfucker hasn't been out long enough to be like, you know.
The reason why it's so expensive is because it's a pretty much like a textbook, pretty much. The pages, the pictures, and all that.
College books are fucking expensive as fuck. It's a racket.
Yep.
College is a racket. You know, I'm going to college because I paid into it, and I'm using my money that I paid into in my trust.
Well, there's certain jobs that you got to have a college degree for. Certain jobs you got to.
So they say.
But not every job out there needs a college fucking degree. Anybody goes to college, I will say this. I'll give this, 98% of people who go to college are just wasting their fucking money, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's
another one of those debts that they grab hold of because the federal government is the one that issues that loan. That's why Biden was trying to get that student loan forgiveness, and that's why it went to the Supreme Court because it's federal fucking funding, or not really funding, but the federal loan itself. You're getting loaned. That's why everybody's like, "Fuck you! I'm a taxpayer. I'm not paying your shit off because it would come out of federal income tax."
They need to stop promoting fucking traditional fucking college. They need to fucking go back to promoting fucking trade schools. What they need to do.
I've been seeing that a lot on the jobs that I've been, scrolling through. It gives you a brief description, but when you go down to the full description, you can't imagine how many times I've seen welding that's in those descriptions. Like welding is no shit, like has always been big, but it's even bigger now.
Well, it's like a lot of people. That's like a lot of people that pay fucking $80,000 to go to a fucking 2-year fucking school for welding, right? Instead of just taking the same fucking course in high school for fucking free.
Mm-hmm.
That they won't do it. I know kids that have done it here, right around here, and they still pay. I'm like, why? It's the same fucking thing. You're going to be doing it. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I got a childhood friend that went to all that shit. Doesn't even fucking use it now. Just stays farming. But he has fucking welding degrees. He's a great welder, but fucking doesn't apply it.
But it really is not a fucking degree from a trade school. It's a fucking certificate.
Yeah, sorry. I meant certificate. You know what I meant.
Yeah. It's like I had a machine tool. You need to go to a trade school for machine tool, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so much to learn. Now, the school I went to, the Votech I went to, now they do got the top of the line shit to teach your kids with, right? In high school for machine tool. But not a lot of high schools have that capability.
Yeah, like when we took metals in high school.
Yep.
Metals 1 and 2.
So like the Votech here in town, Boonville, dude, it's fucking junk compared to what Mobley has, where I went to high school at. It's fucking junk.
Yeah.
They don't have as much shit as what we did. We had everything. From fucking welding, machine to auto mechanics, fucking even nursing. We had nursing in that too. Fucking carpentry. Fucking drafting.
That's what we go back to when we were talking about Carter and the Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
If you went through construction 1 and 2, you're in basically your graduation grade was going to build with Habitat for Humanity.
Yep.
So this whole fucking homelessness bullshit, we could do it from school.
Yeah.
You could build fucking houses for homeless people.
Yeah. See, we at Mobley's vote, they call it building trades, right? For that. And they do build a house. By the time their senior year, they had the house is completed.
Yep. That's what your whole senior year
Yeah.
was building houses.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I mean, you would the way school, like senior school was set up, you only had a few academics that you needed to do, but one of your whole fucking blocks was building a house.
But it's like 3-hour blocks. That's what the class was, 3-hour block each fucking day. You know, but you had afternoon session, then you had the PM session, which the PM session was for the surrounding high schools, right? Kids coming from surrounding areas. You know, and they still worked on the same house to get it, finish it up before the school year was done.
Imagine that. The fucking Board of Education, whatever the fuck, the federal government. Look, they trashed all of that shit. Everything that was good for kids to learn today was what we were doing as fucking, and before that, you know what I mean? Like, it shifted somewhere in the 2000s, I think, you know, to all this bull. I know I had jewel crafting that I could have done as an elective in high school. I could have been a fucking jeweler.
The college shit started in the fucking.
What, Rocky? Go ahead.
I said, you know what I wish they would have taught in high school? How to do your taxes.
They did finances.
I
didn't have that. How to do your taxes. You know, anything with economics, take it more serious.
We had to balance a checkbook.
That's all that.
Balancing. I think they should have spent more time on it, dude. Because remember how many people coming in the Navy when we were chiefs, like, didn't know how to do any of that? They didn't know how to balance a check.
They haven't been able to do it forever.
They didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And I'm like, those are the life skills you need. I think not just in the Navy, but in the real world, you know?
Yeah. I got saved from being the treasurer because I could do a Excel spreadsheet and balance a fucking checkbook. There's guys that were like, I don't know how to fucking balance a checkbook, you know, expenditures and intake from fundraisers and all of that shit. But you're right. Like, I think Gilly was saying, we had finance 1 and 2 in high school, and it went over in depth business, finances, and personal finance.
But we also had Holbeck that took care of that, did a basic thing on taxes and all that shit too. But yeah, you're right. The finance course, it did go in detail on shit. And we even had a fucking resume writing class too at the Votech.
Yeah, you could have fucking ran the stock market after finance 2 in high school.
Yeah.
That's what it went through. It went everything about finances was in there.
Yeah.
You basically had a business degree out of there.
But a lot of people see nowadays, so they started pushing that college agenda back in the mid 90s. That's when it started, when they started bringing dual credit classes, you know, trying to push that people towards that, right? They got away. They made the Votech kids sound like they was fucking idiots. You know, so people look down, people go to the Votech. Oh, they're just fucking morons, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, we started making more money than them motherfuckers did, a lot faster.
Oh yeah. And Rocky's right. Like, you know, doing taxes, like, I shouldn't even have to do my fucking taxes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a fucking branch that does fucking taxes. And you're telling me that I need to make sure everything's right, that it isn't right, then I go to fucking jail or have to spend this much money. That's your fucking job. That's what we're talking about. Like, that these people are getting paid to be there. So what the fuck are you doing? If you're going to hire on 80,000 more people, I should have no W-2, no nothing. Flat income tax. This is how much I work. This is what you're taking away. This is what you get back. Nothing else. I shouldn't even get anything back.
No,
there should be nothing taken and nothing coming back.
Should be a flat tax. Very simple.
That's it. Flat tax. And the flat tax is by tier. What you make here is your flat tax. And it's not increasing or decreasing. Yeah. So we say like 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. You know, that 20% when you're making more money is more than the 20% at the lower, which covers that. I don't know how fucking hard this is. It's not that hard. You know, business expenses. No, you don't get anything back. You don't pay anything on your business. You pay state sales tax or, you know, whatever, you know, insurance, healthcare, that shit you got to pay for. That it's already covered. Why the fuck do you need to have expenditures and taking this money away? Work vehicles and da 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 already tells you that you can pay back into your company. It's simple. This shit can be simplified. It just drives me nuts.
It's all about greasing someone's fucking pockets, what it is.
Yeah, the goddamn Federal Reserve and the central bank motherfuckers. JP Morgan and fucking Chase, man, started it.
And if you ain't got a fucking now, you can get away with fucking tax evasion. The only way you can do it, you gotta be a preacher and you gotta be black.
Yeah, fuck all this like religious fucking exemption on taxes, man.
Look how much back taxes Al Sharpton owes. Billions and billions of dollars.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, he does. Fucking so now he's the ultimate race grifter and fucking victim because he's a pastor and he's black. And he went through the civil rights movement.
And I think when it comes to religious shit or churches, that tax exemption needs to go the fuck away. Plain simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all of it's old school donations. People put cash in the offering for the tithe. Like that's what built on the church. Like none of that money went into anybody's pocket.
Yeah, just built the church up and helped send missionaries to other places.
Provide supplies and food to cook on Sundays for everybody, like a potluck, once a month or something. You know what I mean?
I think they had, the monthly, the weekly Sabbath where they had the meetings because they were still Jewish, right?
Yeah.
So they did that, and somewhere along the line in the 300s, when the Catholic Church took over, that's when it stopped. Where they tried to get people to stop that.
Fuck, you seen the black pastor that locked his fucking parish in there? Like, I need you to give money to me. I need to make like $20,000 or $30,000. So we're gonna shut the doors until everybody puts money in. It's a fucking crazy ass video, dude. I mean, when you put a fucking ATM machine and a Starbucks in your fucking church, there's some fucking issues, especially in the ATM machine, because the ATM machine is getting paid a fee to be in there. And you want me to get cash out?
Maybe it's become the den of thieves again. I don't know.
I think so. I think a lot of it. Like I said, I learned that shit when I was a kid with the Catholic Church, and we didn't make enough money.
I'll be right back, boys.
All right. I got something to bring up when you get back, though.
That's fine.
It goes along with what we're talking about the church.
Oh, man, we can fucking kill the church all day long.
Hold it. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to play something here. This is for all you cat lovers out here. We find it here. Bring that back up. All right. Share this. Share with sound.
Well,
now, how many people think that cat's real?
Nice.
The cat fucking cake.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, some of those people, some of those cake artists, they have some awesome, fucking talent, man.
But oh yeah, man. I mean, I saw that last night. I was like, I thought it was a fucking real cat.
Oh my god, they're killing it on.
I was like, I wouldn't care if they don't kill cat. I don't like cats. So
speaking of that shit, I seen a video the other day on YouTube, which is so fucked up that YouTube censors all this shit. But it was a guy that got killed by a crocodile, and the crocodile's got him in his mouth under the water. This dude's dead.
Yep.
And they're filming it, and it's been posted on YouTube. And I was like, So we can't say shit, but you can post a dead body fucking being pulled by a crocodile.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Though.
And this is for all you fucking climate fucking hippies out there, if you're listening. This planet's trying to fucking kill you. You want to save it? It's trying to kill you. It don't give a fuck about you.
Oh, you know what Eddie Hall's doing since he retired?
Who?
Eddie Hall from
World's
MMA.
I seen that he was apologizing for back hitting that one guy, backhead hitting.
Well, you talk about the one talk about the one he beat the guy in 30 seconds.
I think so.
So I got that clip here too.
Because he's like on his back and he's like punching him in the back of the head and shit.
Yeah. But the best one on him is when he takes all the fucking two people that were talking shit.
Yeah, he slammed that little fucking shithead.
They were talking shit to him online. He's like, motherfucker, you better leave my name out of your fucking mouth.
Yeah, and then they try fucking with him at the weigh-in or press conference.
Yep. Now, have you seen the one he gets kicked by a leg kick by a 9-year-old hurts him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen like when he goes into like punch me and shit with the boxers and that kid.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, because he won that one guy, kicked him in his leg, right? there. The guy goes, I'll hurt you. He said, I'll break stuff. That kick him up, and he goes, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, people forget like when you train that shit, like it's
all about it's technique. That's what it's all about, technique.
Right technique there. And placement.
Yep.
You know, that's every martial arts out there.
But I'm sorry. I would not want someone that big, right? I mean, I would not want to be locked in the ring with that motherfucker pissed off at you.
Well, remember when Brock Lesnar first got into MMA and Frank Mir fucking ankle locked his ass?
Yeah.
Because he was so big and Frank Mir was getting his ass pummeled and he was like, fuck this. Yeah. This guy can't really wrestle me, even though Brock was a collegiate wrestler, like for the Golden Gophers and shit.
But he's a heavyweight. I mean, he was so big. I mean, he's a great athlete. Brock Lesnar, great athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, he played for the Vikings.
Yeah, he tried out and he played a couple games and then they cut him loose. Kind of like Goldberg was. Bill Goldberg was the same way.
Well, Goldberg played a few seasons for the Falcons.
But it was like those guys in the MMA, like Frank was getting his ass beat. And he was like, yeah, I was getting fucked up. And he's like, fuck this. Got a hold of his heel. Fucking. Yep. It don't take long to fucking tap out or your legs, your ankle's getting broke. But you're right. It's technique, man. That's how you learn that shit. I mean, strength plays into it too, but.
I'm mute, motherfucker.
What's he eating?
My wife made me a steak.
Oh, nice.
And 2 pieces of chicken and a lovely salad.
A salad.
Look at that thing, dude. It's beautiful.
Fuck the salad just to get the meat. That's all you need.
Dude, she's a sweet.
That's what I'm getting ready to do here after we're done, man. Like I said, I'm going to take that pulled pork and put that Taco Bell seasoning with it, see how it comes out.
Yep. See, I got some ostrich steaks ready to go on the smoker. Oh, sorry. I got some ostrich steaks ready to go on the smoker along with some chicken. I'm going to make me some fucking tacos. That shit on burritos.
Chickeny chicken.
It's Taco Tuesday. Ah!
It is Taco Tuesday. I should have wore that shirt today.
But speaking of fucking religion, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the idea, right? Us three, Thumper, anybody else wants to join us, we go in, we buy a lot of land, make us a compound, and we can put in for religious exempt to start our own church because I am an ordained minister.
It's true. Why not? I mean, the Muslims are doing it in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, they're building their own fucking compound with their own laws. What are they going to try to claim? What is that? Sovereignty?
Yeah.
Where they get away with fucking being a sovereign nation inside fucking the nation. How is that even fucking possible?
There's only one place that gets away with it, and that's in Hawaii. There's one place in Hawaii that's sovereign. But it's pretty much an island, though.
Which one?
I can't remember, but fucking.
Is it the one with the night marchers on it?
I can't remember which one, but I know there's one of them they're sovereign. Part of that original fucking.
Yeah, it's
Whatever
like
the fuck.
sovereign immunity or some shit they try
Yeah.
to claim.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everywhere else but Hawaii,
Yeah.
people trying to say, sovereign immunity. And you're like,
Yeah.
no, motherfucker, you're on U.S. soil.
But there is one place in Hawaii that has a real flag and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah. But I mean, fuck, man. We can buy a bunch of land. It don't have to be, I mean, we can buy it anywhere, man.
Man,
All join together.
That's what my brother wants to do. He wants to buy some land and make a compound for the family.
We put up our own church, right? Fuck yeah.
He's trying to buy some which is funny, Thumper, kind of south because the land, between Indianapolis and Kentucky there is pretty cheap. So he's been working on it. It's an idea of his, but he wants that barnuminium.
All he's doing is paying for the fucking city folk price down instead of the fucking pole bar price. That's all
he knows. He's been going through it. He's got a couple layouts and he wants, and they're not too bad of a price that they've quoted him to build it from scratch, putting foundation down, all of that shit. You can do it pretty cheaply.
Exactly. All you need is a fucking pad. All you need is a 6-inch thick pad. That's all you need. You don't
basically the utilities ran into it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you can still do it cheaply the way I built mine, because mine was just 30 by 70, right? Looked like a ranch style house on the outside. And the inside was set up like a ranch house.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when you start adding that second floor bullshit and all these fucking fancy windows, that's where it gets fucking expensive, right?
Nah, see, he doesn't want that second floor. He wants that complete open, all the way up to the peak of the roof, and then the rooms off to the side, and then all the center. So,
well, see those pole barn houses like that. That's where they get expensive too. We start adding vaulted ceilings too.
Yeah.
And those pole barn houses with the vaulted ceiling that go up all the way, right? They're not going to be as warm as one has a flat ceiling.
Oh yeah,
which has insulation on top.
Yeah, because you're trying to cover that entire fucking area. That volume is ridiculous, depending on how tall it is.
Because you ain't got no space for insulation up there.
Yeah,
when you do a vaulted ceiling like that up there, it's like mine. I just did a flat ceiling. I had 2x12 fucking on top, right? Dude, I had a storage space up there on top.
Well, and that's what I've been looking at. You look at Lancaster log homes, and it's built by Amish and shit. And they're around, I think the most expensive one's like 70 grand pre-built. And it is a mobile home, but it's not. And it's only 400 square feet. But the way that it's utilized, maximizes that entire space of 400 square feet. I know it sounds small, but you put that on a plot of land on a fucking slab, dude. You got everything else.
I was watching Real the other night. They were showing those, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, you still got to have it wired up. You got to have everything set up, ready to go. Or utilities, everything ready to go before you even fucking have that put in place.
Yeah. You got to have everything landscaped out. I mean, they're meant for summer rentals.
Yeah.
But when I read more into the company on why they did it that way, is that it almost bypasses state laws. For the amount of square feet, that's why they're 400. That doesn't mean that you can't add other stuff to it on there. It's just set at that amount.
Yeah. I mean, they always have add-on options that you want.
Yeah.
Too. And they will actually, if you want one bigger, they'll make you one bigger too if you want one.
Yeah, because one of them that I was looking at comes with a loft. So you got a loft above everything. So, it's at the peak of the roof and it's got a stairway up, but it's still a loft area up there. It's not super tall, but it doesn't count for the square footage because of where it cuts in at. You know what I mean? It's got the block. So they don't.
Yeah. See, all I need is somebody like when River, gets on his own, right? Gets out of high school. That's all I need. That and build me a fucking 40 by 80 fucking garage, pull bar.
Exactly. Like you put a fucking big ass garage out there and you got everything you need inside there too. So it's like you can get around a lot of these things. buy you a smaller house, put it on a slab. Like, they used to do with mobile homes back in the day, but those are cheap as fuck. You get a log cabin, pre-built, tongue and groove style for the walls and everything, the panels. And that's actual wood. So,
Well, even the fucking mobile homes ain't fucking cheap no more.
fuck no, man. Those things are like $100,000 now.
I seen one of fucking club because they got a mobile home dealer there. I mean, this motherfucker's huge. I mean, it's bigger than most houses.
Yeah.
And nicer than most houses too. Fucking $250,000. I said, nope, not for a mobile home. Fuck you.
Exactly. Like, holy shit.
Was it like something you could drive, or was it just the trailer?
Just a trailer.
Wow.
Just
Yeah, because that was a big thing in the late 90s. They called them modular homes, which is basically, two double wides is what they were, but they were shorter, but they made them wider. Throw it on a, what was it, 4 to 6 inch slab with the utilities coming out of it. Take the wheels off of it, and you got a fucking house.
Well, see, like my grandpa, his has not had no wheels, right? His came on a trailer, and this came in 2 pieces. They put it together. I'm like, fuck that. I mean, it cost them $90,000 back then.
Yeah. We had one. We had a double wide, and I'll tell you what, after you move it like more than once, it will not line up anymore.
Nope.
Because in the center line, it was off, and you could almost trip, going into the living room and shit from the kitchen because you had to cross across it. But
here's my advice to people that wants to go like a mobile home, right? Whether double wide or triple wide, right? You buy the motherfucker, you buy half the piece of property, and set it on there, and don't move it again.
That was that whole modular home idea. Yeah, like farmland. I knew a lot of people that were getting rid of their houses off their land, basically demoing it and putting fucking, trailers up there. And then they have all of their land and minimize their payments and shit on anything. Brought everything down for them. And it was older couples doing it, old, 50s, 60s, like retirees and shit, because they weren't farming no more. I was like, fuck it, scrapping all this shit. Got my pole barn, got my land. I'll rent my land, lease it out. Somebody else can farm it, and I get all that money in, and everything's paid off. And then all that money comes in. They got the retirement, and then that's it. They live off that, and they lived good. And this was in Indiana.
I've always said people who fucking, make their own home on a trailer court, buy the trailers and all that shit, make people rent them. Dude, they're making money right there, hand on fist.
Oh,
all day
fuck
long.
Yeah. A good friend of mine, he's got RV, and he's part of an RV park. He's got like a lease there.
Yep.
Problem is they have to follow state law, so they have to move every fucking month until wintertime comes up.
Yep.
So they have to move out for like 2 weeks, and then they got to go back. So they go to Dam Neck, and then they go back to their spot, and they go to Dam Neck and go back to their spot. So, that's a good thing about being around a military base, they have RV parks on them for the same thing, because all of us are used to living in small fucking areas, especially in the Navy. We can get around living in a small ass area.
Our fucking rack or coffin rack was what, 6 foot, like 6 foot long, if that.
Yeah, 6 foot, I think.
And you had fucking one little small locker and fucking and everything underneath your storage underneath your bed.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 foot by 4 foot by like 2 or 3 feet tall.
It's just big enough for some of the big motherfuckers barely fucking get in there.
Yeah, when you wedge yourself in there, when you turn over, like, I'm going nowhere during heavy seas.
Yep. See, like, I didn't have to worry about that because I was short, right? And not as wide as some of these other people was.
Yeah.
I
did just fine. Or you take a top rack where you don't have a fucking, you don't have the next rack on top of you.
Well, you can set up on top rack.
Yeah, right? I love that. Which was funny because everybody said that was where the new guys go. And I'm like, well, I got more room than all y'all motherfuckers do because I can sit up.
Yeah, I had a bottom rack first. When I got this 5, I had a bottom rack. You know,
What are you saying, Rocky?
I had the opportunity to do the bottom, top, and the middle, and I like the
Yep.
tops the best.
I like the middle one the best. To be honest with you, I did.
Well, see, I got older and I enjoyed the bottom rack because I could roll myself out of it, especially if you're drunk, you let fall out of and shit. Only problem is that I had a guy one night that pissed next to my rack. He was like laid up in my rack, Donald ducking it and shit, ass hanging out, just pissing. Right there where the PRC was that met the bottom of the rack. And he's just like laid up in my rack, just fucking pissing. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I'm like, you're pissing on the fucking floor, man. And then not but like a couple hours later, this dude fell out of his top rack and hit the fucking ground. Rolled the fuck out of it, dude. Scared the shit out of all of us in the aisle because it was like, and he hit the fucking ground. And we're like, oh fuck, did he break his arm? Like,
he landed the piss.
Yeah, his co-worker, somebody from his division, I made them mop it up because I was a first class. I was like, you're cleaning this fucking shit up, dude. He see me in the morning, after he sobered up, was like, I'm so fucking sorry, man. I was like, we're more worried about you falling out of your fucking rack, dude. And he's like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. He was one of those old farm boys.
The thing is, he was drunk, so he ain't gonna break nothing being drunk. He goes limp.
No, I know, right? He's like fucking jello, fucking hitting the ground. Or I should say the metal deck, dude.
Yep. When I got a chance to get out of the bottom rack, I did. Because I didn't want no one pissing on me or pissing next to me. Because I pissed on Villaflor one night.
Who?
Villaflor.
Oh my God, you did?
Oh, yeah, GSM too?
And in Australia.
Really?
Because I really thought I was in the fucking bathroom.
Was this in 2000 or 98?
2000.
2000?
2000, yeah. I mean, I literally thought I was in the bathroom. I did. I mean, that's how fucked up I was. But
that's bad when you think you're fucking in the bathroom and you just punched over pissing.
Well, I did that once after I got home, got out of Navy for good. I did that. I thought I was in the bathroom at mom and dad's. Just got back from fucking drinking and fucking smoked a little weed too. I took shit in the fucking garage right on the fucking doormat in the garage.
You're as bad as the Southwest Airlines, dude. Fucking shitting in the seat.
And I didn't realize it next day.
Wrapping it up in a bag and setting on fire and putting it on someone's porch and ding dong ditching the porch.
Oh, I've done that before. Yeah, I've done that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ding dong ditching, man. That was
no way. It was Billy Madison, not Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison.
Still both good movies.
This was last summer. Mom and Dad came over because River had a ball game. He was getting ready to go. I guess Dad had been drinking all day long. Fucking, he's like, I go to the bathroom. He went around through the dining room into the kitchen. I was like, what's he going? He's gonna piss in the trash can. Mom's like, hey, no, that's not the bathroom.
Dude, I did that as a kid, man. I used to be a sleepwalker, I thought.
Yep.
And I walked right into the kitchen and fucking pissed in the trash can. My mom watched it happen. He's like, where are you going? And I just kept right on walking. Went right to the trash can and started pissing in it. I wasn't even drinking then, man. I was like 10.
I never did anything like that when I sleptwalk, right? I would sleepwalk outside in the middle of wintertime, fucking put a stone around in my underwear. No shoes, barefoot.
Yeah.
Then I locked myself out of the house.
You guys are like the sleepwalking brothers and fucking stepbrothers.
No, but the funny thing is, if you can't join the military, especially Navy, if they know you're a sleepwalker.
I was about to say, like, if you're like, they fucking diagnose you as a sleepwalker, you can't get in.
Yep.
No matter what, there's no waivers even to this day.
Yeah. A lot of people think that getting into college is the hardest thing in the world. No, getting in the military is the hardest thing right there. There's so many disqualifying fucking circumstances. Like a lot of people give fucking Trump hell because he had bone spurs, right? That's a disqualifying fucking condition right there.
And it should be.
Yeah.
Like you should, you should be at the fittest there is because you're a fighting force. Like you see all these fucking, we send that picture out, these, overweight people. How far are you going to run? Like we were talking about, PT, how far are you going to fucking make it? And I'm sorry, but people these days are not made of the same thing that we are and people before us. They have completely fucking degenerated.
The only ones I can see making that have a easy time in the military, especially like physical wise, is the kids that played sports
Yeah, yeah.
at high school.
And you've had to have played something or got your body like, you started in elementary and going to middle school.
Or worked on the farm or construction or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are the ones are going to have a good time in the military.
Yeah, the ones that actually have had physical activity in their life.
Not these ones that fucking get to play video games all day, just want to play video games all day long.
Yeah, I mean, I was snowmobiling when I was 9, running around a fucking 600-pound fucking machine in the fucking snow.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we still had video games. I mean, hell, I had Nintendo Atari. Hell, we still played, but during daytime, we didn't play unless it was too fucking hot out. Then we did play inside.
Shit,
we was outside playing. We was outside fucking playing. Now nighttime, that's what we did a lot of playing. Hell, we'd stay up all night long playing fucking trying to beat Mario.
Shit, the only time I played was when I got grounded from being outside. Yeah. You ain't going outside. Oh fuck! All right, I guess I'll play Nintendo today.
I never did get grounded from outside though. So.
Oh, I did, man. I was allowed to go nowhere sometimes. But that's when we lived in like the trailer court and stuff when there was other people around, like friends. It was meant to ground you from having fun with your friends. That's what it was. You're not allowed to hang out with anybody. You're going to be stuck in the house and you ain't doing shit but housework. You know what I mean? Like you do your regular chores, but when you're grounded, you got extra fucking housework, vacuuming, dusting, all of that shit. You got extra. You weren't doing the outside work anymore, like mowing and shit. You were fucking doing inside work. You got dishes tonight. Fuck. I don't want to do dishes tonight. Oh, yeah, you're on dishes. You're on dish duty.
Yep.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, we had fucking, we actually had a dishwasher, so.
I had a dishwasher.
Yeah.
But my parents still made me wash dishes every night.
You ain't wasting that water, boy.
I had to wash the dishes, clean the inside of the house, and clean the outside. Mow the lawn and all that other freaking crap.
I had to mow the yard. I had a rider until I fucking broke the fucking transmission on it. Then I had to push mow that fucking bitch. I didn't like that.
Man, I got lucky fucking using grandma's because she had the self-driven one, old lawn boy. Before that, it was push mowing a fucking half acre.
Yeah, that's about what my dad's was, a little bit under half an acre.
Yeah.
I mean, riders, it takes a couple hours, right, with the rider. But when I had to push mow, that bitch would take all fucking day long.
Oh yeah, you were done. You like especially Saturday, like your Saturday was fucked.
Pizzas. Especially when it's fucking July, when it's hotter than hell outside in August. I always hoped that we had no rain and the grass would fucking die so I didn't have to mow.
Fucking grows like fucking 5 inches and you're like, fuck. Now I gotta mow this shit wet and it grew. Fuck you.
Well, I think a lot of the trouble is with these kids nowadays, their parents don't make them do anything physical.
I'm one at fault for that because of where we've lived. We've lived in the city, and there's only so much like outside work you can do.
Yeah.
Not like, and they don't want to go outside. And I don't blame them, man, because look at what goes down in the cities now. You got to worry about getting kidnapped, fucking robbed, beat up, fucking all that shit, man.
Yep.
I mean, it's safe in some areas, but you get into other areas, you could walk 10 blocks and next thing you know, you're in a fucking bad area.
Yep.
I mean, that's even where I'm at. You go across the river and it's a fucking shootout over there.
Well, any place where there's a military base here in the United States, there ain't no good places really around the bases.
Well, there
Right.
is right near the bases. You might as well hang that shit up.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's so weird that it's like that too.
It is. I've never figured out why either.
I can't figure it out from I can't think of a political reason or any reason.
and it's always the highest fucking places to go too, where they put the bases at too.
Yeah. Norfolk was so bad, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, San Diego. You go outside of Dryside. Remember Dryside, Main Street there?
Yeah.
Main Street was off limits. You couldn't even go out that gate.
That's like Chicago, right there outside NTC. At night, that's a rough fucking area at night.
Mm-hmm. Which, like Rocky saying, I have never figured out why. I don't know if it's because of the value of the housing because it's next to the military base or what.
I don't know, but I mean, now Everett wasn't so bad, back then in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. So.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Right outside of Everett wasn't bad because it ran right into the city. You were in the city.
Yep.
Where, typically Norfolk, San Diego, and them are like right on the outskirt of the city.
I mean, Whidbey Island, that was nice too.
Yeah.
But 99% of the bases of the Navy, you're in a bad fucking area.
Yeah. So
or high or very high expensive area. Look at Hawaii. Fuck, I don't know why anybody would want to retire in Hawaii, to be honest with you.
They fucking hate mainlanders, dude.
Yeah. Now I can see if you had family that was from Hawaii, right? And you already got a house there, right? Okay. But to buy a house there, you're looking probably around $1 million, close to it now.
Well, it's like if you grew up there too, like Chad did, that would make sense. But if you didn't grow up there, man, I don't know why you would go back there. Or try to go there if you were stationed there.
That's one thing we could ask Magno one of these days if he ever comes on, because he retired and he's living in Hawaii.
It's true.
Magno. Oh, TM3.
I know they hate mainlanders, man, because we ran into that the one time when we were in Honolulu.
Yep. I ran that, fucking you. For going all of them, because you're going to be supper here soon. I ran that 98. I seen that 98 in 2002.
Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty place to go visit. Let's say you've been there, but I mean, just a vacation there, it's fucking expensive.
Well, and they're in the same boat too, where the beaches have gotten ran down with homelessness and shit.
Yeah.
Crime, and like any other area, there's fucking crime at every fucking beachfront now. Even out here in Virginia, it's the same fucking way, man.
It all comes down to who runs the fucking political party that runs it, Democrats.
South Carolina just had a fucking shooting, killed like 4 or 5 people. One at Myrtle Beach, like South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Oh.
Not in the North Carolina version. You know what I'm talking about, Rocky.
Yeah.
But you know how Myrtle Beach runs down through there. So it was a South Carolina side. Fucking shot.
And that goes back to these fucking kids that was never taught to use their fists. They wasn't allowed to fucking fist fight at school or anything like that.
Yeah, or they're too scared to get their ass fucking beat.
Yeah.
I don't know. See how crooked my nose is. I had it broke a few times.
I've had mine broke a couple of times.
Got that old hook nose.
I've had mine broke.
What we're talking about right now is talking about this with my wife and someone else earlier today. And we all said the same thing. And it's all, I remember it from Friday, the movie Friday, when the dad was like, "You guys are too afraid to get your ass beat." Back then, It was just fists. We went about our business or whatever. It was a good line in the movie.
It's true, though.
Yeah. You beat someone's ass, right? You fight. Okay, if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. Then you fucking end up, most time, you become friends after that.
Or you just stayed away from each other.
Yeah.
That was the end of it. You didn't hold a beef, or a grudge against it. You're just like, that motherfucker beat my ass. And you get made fun of a little bit from your friends, like, "Oh, you got your ass beat." And you're like, "All right, whatever, motherfucker. You want to fight?"
Yeah. But I mean, it didn't last long.
Yeah.
But once they started fucking prosecute these fucking kids for fucking fighting, that's where it started going downhill right there.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and you know, back then too, like I don't know if you guys did, but we had areas that we'd go fight. And everybody knew where those areas were. Like say, hey, meet me here. And you
yep.
would go there and that's where you would fight at. And then that was the end of it. The cops may show up, but if they did
But
show up, it was just to disperse the crowd.
yeah, the cops didn't fucking do anything. They didn't arrest nobody or anything. You know.
No, no, because most of the cops knew your parents anyway. They're just
Yeah.
gonna tell your parents, and
Well, just like in high school, we get caught with beer, you get pulled over, get caught with beer, they take us home. They take our beer. Yeah, I know what they was doing. They was drinking our fucking beer, when they get off shift, but they would take us back home.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
unless we hit something, right, or got in a car wreck, then they'd have to
yeah,
prosecute us.
exactly.
But if they just pulled us over, they just took us home. They said, don't do it again.
Yeah.
But we back at it the next night or next weekend.
Well, and I blame ourselves. Like I blame our generation because we fell asleep at the wheel. Because for me, I'll say we bought into the trying to talk to your children and work through it. Vice, emotion. There's more emotional damage now than there was with us getting our asses whooped, dude.
See, that's why I'm glad I waited till I was older in life, to have kids.
Yeah.
Instead of fucking falling in line with that fucking bullshit, that gentle parenting crap, right?
Yeah.
No. River, I mean, he'll tell you, I'm a grumpy ass sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't tell him no slack.
Yeah.
At all.
Even my brother admits to the same thing. We admit to the same things, is that, we should have stayed the same course, but we bought into that, like you said, gentle parenting shit. And it doesn't fucking work, man. It really doesn't. My kids are on more fucking shit than they was before, but I don't know if that's part of the way that the school system has shifted and all the crap. But I went to fucking counseling when I was a teenager. Lasted for a little while, but that was only because I was facing fucking jail time.
But it's like nowadays they say, well, you can't yell at kids. Fuck that. If they fuck up, you yell at them.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I go drill sergeant mode on River's ass sometimes.
Well, I know that happened one night, like I was telling you about, with my daughter. She wanted to try to throw down with me, and I was like, all right, let's go. Yep. You think that just because you're a girl, you want to throw down with me? And then, she kept yelling, didn't want to come downstairs. Wasn't going to hit her or anything, but.
Well, if she hits you, it's fair game. I'm going to equal up to the ass.
Oh, I'm going to move your ass around, and I'm going to put you where you need to be. But, when you start screaming, I'm going to scream at you back. And then that was when it really, started to click, because I was like, oh, you're not a pushover, because I was trying to be nice and work with her because of the situations she was going through. And then she took advantage of it. Kids will take advantage of shit like that.
See, I already got the plan for when River turns a teenager, right, starts getting mouthy, right, think he can whip the old man. I got boxing gloves already. I've already told him, I said, you ever do that, I'm going to throw the boxing gloves at you. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I threw down with my old man, and my mom threw a fucking glass of tea at my face. the old thick plastic fucking glasses. That bitch hit me in the fucking head with a full amount of fucking tea in it. And the old man ready to go to town, man. Mom stepped in.
Yeah.
Although I knew my old man would have whooped my ass, though.
That's like all these kids now, how mouthy they are, right? All these teenagers, right? You don't want to stop that. Smack the little fuckers in the mouth. That'll stop that shit really fucking quick.
No.
I've heard kids fucking River's age around here cuss their parents out. I looked at them, I was like, you smack them in the fucking mouth, they do that. I said, if I did that to my mom, and I did a couple of times, I got shit smacked out of me. I learned not to fucking do it.
My grandma was the same way too.
If I was going to say anything, I said underneath my breath with no fucking hear me.
That was the funny thing too back then. It's like, oh, wait till your father gets home. Now, my grandma didn't play like that. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't waiting for the man to come home. She whooped your fucking ass for being lippy and then go from there. You know what I mean? That was when women, like we've talked about already, when women were actually really fucking strong. Like, they were strong women. That's what a strong woman is. Like, I don't need to wait for a man to come home. I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass now. And you had respect because you knew you fucked up. Grandma broke her wooden spoon on my ass and got even madder because she broke her spoon over my ass. And they went for the yardstick and broke the yardstick and said, I'm fucking done. She didn't curse, but she's like, I'm done. And I'm like in the corner, like, oh.
See, I was more afraid of mom than I was dad. Dad, he would yell at you, right? But he wouldn't whip you or nothing like that. He just yell at you. Mom, she whipped me a couple times, but really around in front of cars and shit. So I get my ass whooped for that. But when I got older, if I backtalked her, I get smacked.
Yeah.
Like my grandpa, I was more scared of him than grandma because grandpa, when he whipped you, you fucking knew it.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandfather was the same way too. He didn't come after you like all crazy.
Yeah.
He was a machinist. Yeah. So his fucking fingernails were like fucking metal. Yeah. So he would fucking flip you in the fucking head. It felt like somebody hit you with a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
You were in tears. Like he didn't have to get anything out. He just fucking flicked you in the fucking head. And you were fucking toast, man. Yeah. He did it to my fucking cousin too. Shoot, you're fucking around, you're gonna get your ass whooped, man.
Like here in Missouri, schools actually do have corporal punishment still.
We used to,
but they don't like using it, but because they got to have both parents' permission, right, to do it. I've told the school, I've already told them. I said, if River does something bad enough, I said, you got my permission to give a spanking. They said, what? I said, you can do it. It's still state law. I said, but you got to have parents present and permission to do it.
Man, I got fucked because I had a great uncle that was the vice principal. So, of course, he had the fucking, authorization from the entire family to whoop my ass.
Yeah.
That's
I fucked up and I was already going to fucking Mr. DeHaven's office. Yeah. I already knew I was getting fucked up.
See, that's the thing. A lot of families, they don't do that no more, right? They're afraid to discipline their nieces and nephews. Like my family, no. If I got to, I'm going to discipline them. Same way they can discipline River. Anybody in family can discipline River.
Well, that's because CPS has become this fucking like brown fucking, brown shirt fucking jackboot arm of the fucking government. And they'll take your fucking kids away from you if you do even the slightest thing. Because I went through a little bit of that with my daughter, and there was that altercation I was talking about. And, they were flipping out about the shit. And I'm like, I'm just trying to discipline my kid. No physical violence or anything. They're like, the mental abuse. And I'm like, mental.
Well, you could actually, I don't know how it is out there, but here in Missouri, right? You could tell CPS to fuck off.
Sometimes when I think they say mental abuse, what it means is they don't want to take accountability.
Yeah. And that's why, because they've never taught, some parents don't teach accountability.
I know.
To it. I know. And all that does is fuck their head up even worse when someone does try to hold them accountable. Mm-hmm. All stuff. But, I've always held River accountable. I can't say how his mom does it sometimes, but me, he's been held accountable since he can speak and walk. It's just like baby proof in the houses, right? I don't believe in baby proof in the fucking house. You see your kids go in another room, you follow them, see what the fuck they're gonna get into. And if you have to, they go try to get at something that they ain't supposed to. Smack them on the hand. Say no. Works for dogs. Works for kids too.
Oh yeah.
I got a funny story about that. I was in Bahrain, and my wife, she was a stay-at-home mom. And she left Matthew and Kara. They're my youngest, right? Matthew was like a year and a half old, 2 years old. And Kara was like 6 months to 9 months old. So I think she could crawl and walk, right? She got to that age. In 2012, now she'd be about a year old. And these two, my wife left them alone for like a couple of minutes. And they come back. She comes back, and they're underneath this little desk drawing pictures and stuff with crayons on the wall.
Yep.
And she took a picture of it, and I was like, man, that's so cute, man. They're getting into trouble. At least it wasn't really bad. It was just coloring on.
It's like River. he was at his mom's when he was just learning really learn how to walk and shit. I mean, and I got a call. Guess what your son just did? I said, okay, what did he do? He pissed in the milk. I said, okay. I said, how do you piss in the milk?
Just in the milk?
Yeah. She goes, well, he took opened the refrigerator, got the milk jug out, pissed in it. I said, okay, why what the fuck you watching them? I was watching a deer video. I said, that's your own damn fault. I said, he's not a girl. You've always had girls. He's a boy. I said, boys are gonna do different shit than what girls do, guaranteed.
The question is why was he so angry at them? He had to piss in the milk.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I was laughing too the whole time. It's probably pissed her off.
It's funny as fuck, dude. It's like
I didn't care if it pissed her off. I was like, look, I mean,
what? Why would you need to piss in it? You know what I mean? Like you piss somebody off.
Was like, I'm like, I like that behavior. I'd never seen that behavior when he was with me, right? I'm like, I mean, he even remember Herbie. He was in there laughing in his room because he heard me talking about it.
Just now?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, he was only like 2 years old when that happened. You know? It's
Oh, my kids were funny, man.
But I mean, you got to get up and see what the hell your kids are doing. That's the thing. A lot of parents are too fucking lazy to do it. You know. Oh, Rocky, I got one for you.
A video?
Uh-huh.
Let's check it out.
This one, people. Anybody who does gummies, you gotta be afraid, and you'll be aware how many you're taking, how strong they are.
Yeah, it's a good, thing for those people.
I'm just gonna beat the sound.
The dog.
That goes hand in hand with what people's Chinese food, some people think it's dog, right? It goes hand in hand with
I was playing to that stereotype.
It's not a stereotype, though.
It's not. I've had dog over there.
Oh, okay.
They have an annual fucking dog feast. There a couple years back, like PETA and activists were trying to get them to stop eating dog at this festival. That's all it was a festival of eating dogs in China. It was a certain region. So it's not all of China, but it was a certain region that did it. And they were trying to go against it. And they're like, fuck you. It's our tradition. We don't look at them as pets. We look at them as food. Yeah. It's like India looking at cows. It's the same shit.
Yeah. Well, and some places eat horse too. Just not this country.
Yeah, the French.
I mean, I love horse. Horse meat's good. I think it is. It was.
Horse fucking like pate was like started with horse.
Fuck, I think I've had every type of fucking meat you could have, most likely.
I don't think I've had horse.
I've had horse. I've had camel. Fucking
Camel's actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it.
When we were in where was we? I think when we was in Jordan or somewhere. We went on a trip and the tour guide stopped on a roadside and got us like camel skewers.
Yeah.
They're like little skewers of fucking camel. And it tasted like bacon, bacon and steak. It was really good.
And one meat that's good that most people don't think of, right? I know Rocky's gonna get a kick out of this one. Fucking beaver.
What?
Beaver is good.
Beaver. Especially beaver tail.
Yes. Yeah. And as long as you know how to process it, fuck, there ain't nothing wrong with that meat.
I just seen a picture the other day. They were talking about beaver tail, like from back in the day, and they showed like a old recipe that they cooked, and like the beaver tail like puffed up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like fucking coon. Remember when, we all was in Virginia a little tight, fucking Chad Danielle had that house over there, fucking rent that house.
Yeah, off of fucking Virginia Beach Boulevard. No, not Virginia Beach. It was I'll think of it here in a minute.
Yeah. But fucking one of the neighbors, fucking made coon one night. Barbecue coon. That shit was damn good. But I've
I
had
believe
coon
it.
before too. You know, just but hell, I've had possum. Fuck. I mean,
Possum just
possum's good
greasy.
eating. You just gotta know how to cook it. You know, like
Yeah.
goose. Goose is really good, but goose is greasy too. You gotta know how to cook it the right way.
Like duck.
Yeah, duck same way. If you fuck duck up, it's gonna taste like shit. You know, but
You can damn near eat anything out there, man.
yeah. I mean, you can eat bobcat, fucking cougars, fucking anything that's got meat on it. You can eat.
Yeah, because they're
Fucking
gonna sure the
cat.
fuck eat you.
Yeah, you can eat cats. You just ain't gonna be much meat on cats.
I
You
had
know.
cat in fucking Mexico. I guarantee it. When we was
Yeah,
in,
see, that's
Rosarita. So we went outside of Tijuana. We were going to Ensenada to go charter fishing. And we stopped in Rosarita and we got fucking chicken tacos. It was a motherfucking chicken because I got a small ass scapula in my fucking taco or in my burrito. I pulled it out and I'm like, this is a fucking cat scapula because they have it up around their shoulders and shit like we do. And sure the fuck, man, like heard him talking and it was like El Gato. And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Oh no.
you know, it's like most people think Mexican food is dog, right? They get it backwards. Chinese is cat, right? Like, no, motherfucker.
No,
Dog is Chinese. Mexican food can be cat.
that's when you're in the rough areas, though. Rocky, we're not slamming on Mexican food.
I don't care.
I'm sure some of the shit in Tijuana we ate wasn't fucking real meat. I mean, my big cat. I mean, fuck, who knows?
Probably El Rata from like Demolition Man.
Hey,
He's down in the sewers.
as long as it tastes good, I don't give a fuck. I don't get sick from it. I don't care.
No, as long as it tastes good.
Fuck, I mean, I eat monkey brains in Thailand. They get sick on it.
Was it like the Indiana Jones thing?
No, not really.
Like
You know.
they had the dead monkey and you pull the fucking top of the skull off and there's
Chilled monkey brains.
Well, you can
Yeah.
get it like that if you want it. I had mine fried.
So I was wondering if they did it like if Hollywood made that up or if people actually did it that way.
No,
I
they,
had mine
they
fried.
actually do.
You can do it. You know, this is like Rocky Mountain oysters. Some people like them fucking not fried. Me personally, I'm eating fucking bull's nuts or turkey fries. They're gonna be fucking fried. You know, fuck here in Missouri, we got festivals just about the fucking bull's nuts.
I mean, I don't know which is worse. I mean, eating raw fish or fucking bull's nuts. I mean,
The only time I ever got sick eating food overseas was fucking sushi. The only time I ever got sick. You know,
It's so gross, dude.
well, they do sheep's nuts too.
yeah. Remember fucking Phony Farm? Chevy Chase?
Oh yeah, when he's eating all the fucking trying to
Sheep
go for
balls?
the record and shit, and he didn't
And he got
realize it
then
was
they
sheep
told him what
nuts.
it was. He's like, oh fuck.
He spits that motherfucker out.
That's something these newer generation people ain't gonna know about Funny Farm though.
Well, everything's been fucking sanitized for everybody.
I don't
You know,
even think you
Peter.
could get I don't know if you're gonna be able to get away with movies like The Naked Gun or like Hot Shots or Airplane.
If I had the money, right, and I knew something about making movies, I would remake another Blazing Saddles just like the original one.
It wouldn't work, dude. You don't have Gene Wilder in them.
Well, I know, but if you, I mean, I'm talking about the language.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, man. The 70s language and the way that people talk then, it wouldn't work today. It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't be as funny as the original.
I know.
I mean, I wouldn't. If I had the money, I'd finance it, and I'd tell them, you motherfuckers, you ain't gonna fucking cut any of the scenes out. You know, you ain't gonna make a PC correct at all.
I mean, some of it's starting to come back, but you're not going to capture any of that magic from the movies back then. It's just not there. It's not in the culture. It's the writers aren't going to be able to write it.
Well, if you get the right writers, you might be able to get some of those indie guys.
All those guys are fucking dead.
No, get some of these, not the guys in mainstream, like the guys that's unknown, right?
Yeah, those guys are dead.
There's still some fucking got to be some writers out there somewhere that can do it. That's not real, no.
Fuck no, they ain't gonna do it. They're too scared.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
I'm sure there might be. Quentin Tarantino is the only one I can think of.
But I mean, he's well known. I'm talking about ones that's never been given a chance.
Well, anybody that could write a script for Blazing Saddles, it would be Quentin Tarantino, in my opinion. Because look at like The Hateful Eight, with Samuel L. Jackson and shit, or Django Unchained. Those are some really good fucking funny Blazing Saddle moments in there.
But the only way they got away with that language is because it's about black people. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio didn't want to say any of that shit, and then finally he talked to Samuel L. Jackson about it, and Samuel L. Jackson's like, "Whatever, dude, do fucking you, man." So when he came into character, like for those shots, he didn't talk to anybody. He just went in and fucking did it.
It's a fucking job.
Yeah.
Do your fucking job. It's a fucking movie.
I love The Hateful Eight, dude. The Hateful Eight is fucking great. They play some good shit in there. That one's really good from an old Western. That's what I'm saying. Like anybody that could write like a Blazing Saddles again, it would be Quentin Tarantino.
I would like to see what Tyler Sheridan could do with something like that. Because some of his shit on Yellowstone would not fly anywhere else most time.
Maybe.
I
mean, I was just thinking Quentin always throws in like
Quentin's
good comedy.
But I'm talking like Western, like a true Western, right? Tyler Sheridan, I think he might be able to. I don't know.
I mean, look, hell, Inglourious Bastards was fucking great too.
Yeah. I mean, say if you had fucking Sheridan and fucking Quentin fucking doing it together, come on now.
Yeah, good collab.
Yeah.
There's enough people that would probably be willing to do it too.
Fuck, I guarantee it, you get those actors from fucking Yellow to do it, play the parts.
Well, you gotta have comedy though. Like that whole thing was a comedy, dude.
Yeah.
You can't be fucking serious.
But I'm sure some of them could do comedy too. I'm sure that some of them could.
Maybe.
Kevin
Costner ain't doing no fucking comedy.
No, I ain't talking about Kevin Costner. Fuck, they wrote him off.
He's just an old fucking grumpy bastard in that one.
But like the girl that fucking played Teeter, right? She might be able to.
I haven't watched all of Yellowstone, so I mean,
and her dad was Michael Landon. That was her dad.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
I mean, she might be able to. I mean, even though her part was, serious, right? But dude, she makes the fucking perfect fucking Texarkana fucking accent, right? Or redneckish, but it's gibberish a lot of times.
Definitely your fucking side comedy.
But Adam Sandler, you can have him as a character.
He wouldn't do that shit, dude.
Now he'd be afraid of his reputation, though. But
yeah.
But I mean, he could play a goofy motherfucker in that movie, or something like that.
For sure.
Now if Chris Farley's still alive, he'd be a perfect part.
I'm so sad to see him go, man.
Well, that's what happens. You fucking snort coke and all that shit.
Well, there's a story behind a script that has killed people. It was part of what John Candy died from, Chris Farley, and there was one other comedic actor. There's like 3 of the actors that died after reading this script. I'll have to look it up. But there is, I mean, yeah, he was doing cocaine. Yeah. John Candy was overweight, bigger guys at that time, had health problems.
Oh, yeah.
But they tied it to this one script. They all died after reading it. It's like Heath Ledger, after the Joker.
Yep. But he was like a method actor too, though. So he really got into his fucking roles.
Yeah, he was scaring people, man.
But to me, that's the best Joker of all time, right there.
Oh yeah,
he was
hands down. You won't find anybody playing the Joker any better than him.
I said they need to quit remaking fucking Batmans. They're making new Batmans, right? With different fucking characters as Batman and Joker and all that shit, right? Fuck that. Leave it alone.
Yeah, last one with Robert Peterson or Patterson.
Oh well, there's
just like
coming out, but it's not part of the new DCU or Superman starting it, right? It's Batman's supposed to be the dude that plays Jack Reacher, I guess.
see, he's too big.
I know.
Batman.
I
He's
think
too
he's
fucking
big to be
big.
Batman too. That
And
dude,
he's a fucking douchebag.
yeah, I know.
Just like the guy that plays Superman, right? He's not playing it in the new movie. They got a different guy playing Superman.
Yeah,
now.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Or,
To me, he's a great Superman.
or Cavill.
You know?
He's talking about moving. They're trying to get a Warhammer 40K movie.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in that. That's what I looked up when you all said it, right? I was like, let's see what he's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
make a cameo as a Wolverine in the Marvel movies again too.
Yeah, like he did in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Fucking Deadpool. If they make another Deadpool, it better be fucking better than what this one was.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like it, don't get me wrong, but
I like how they connected the MCU to the other universes.
yeah.
Because there was a Deadpool from another universe, and there was from
every universe
that wasn't in the Deadpool universe.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Which is actually true because it's part of the comics.
Yeah. It's like when they made fucking Spider-Man, the fucking MC universe, right? Or Spider-Verse, the cartoon. I didn't care for that one, to be honest with you.
I really didn't know anybody was Spider-Man besides Peter Parker.
Miles Morales.
I didn't know about any of that stuff. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is new. Okay, I'll check it out.
There's Spider-Man 2099 that was pretty good.
Yeah. I thought
because they did a Punisher, Spider-Man, and Doctor Doom 2099 series. It's back in the 90s. Came with like foil covers and shit. And it was just them in the future with different, characters. But it was a pretty good series between all of them. All right, boys, it's 19:30 and I got to get ready to cook dinner.
Home. Yeah. All right, let me fix the audio real quick so I can do our dinging on.
Yeah, and I got fired the fucking smoker up, so.
All right, boys. It's great talking to y'all.
And everybody else out there.
All right. Here we go. Fifers departing.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, look at us on YouTube and Rumble.
X.
We always forget to do it before that.
Not Rumble, X.
Oh, X, sorry.
All right.